guys are ready to start, then we can do just that.
Okay.
Okay. So, not hearing any
Yep.
objections. So yeah, just recap for last time, mostly for Summer's sake. Um, so concluding Heart of Darkness, you all wiped out the majority of the perfected, um, administered the virus to the station, and then found out that well, I think you found out before last session that the station basically pulled an "oh no you don't" and grabbed um, onto your ship with like tentacles. However, you learn from Perfect Alley, like the only somewhat neutral perfected on the station, how to stop the tentacles. And with her help, you managed to get the ship free. And the group decided to sit in system for 48 hours to make sure that the hive would like the station would demutate, and it has started to do so. But around the halfway point, you got company from a UPP destroyer, and they were saying like they believed you to be Americans trespassing in their space. Drill Sergeant Horgus tried to convince them, and he failed, and they attacked you. And as I mentioned pregame, you guys absolutely clapped the enemy ship. So now begins the process. So uh, Drill Sergeant Horgus, at the bridge, he has that like I love the smell of burning ship in the morning kind of look and pose as he's looking at the wrecked husk of the UPP ship floating by, and he basically says, "All right, squad, we're going to be boarding that ship," and starts barking out orders because we did go over this, Tom and I, kind of like we have in the past, um, where basically he's telling us like, all right, one squad load up in the dropship, another squad you're in the other dropship, and it's like I will be commanded from the bridge, and he basically, so in layman's, so all the PCs and then like a couple of NPCs of your choice are going to be like the main team boarding via one of the airlocks in the UPP ship,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other team will be like NPCs on standby. So what I will point out is, so Martin, Summer, and Evelyn, as I said before, um, the three of you would have all been assigned on one of these ships at one point or another during your 5 years of mandatory military service in the Union. So what you would know in terms of where everything is, so like earliest major highlights. So the Starfighter launch deck for the MiGs would be on deck A.
Did
The
you say
bridge,
MiGs?
yeah,
Okay.
like MiG, like basically like future Russian jets, except they're like
Yeah,
starfighters.
okay, yeah, just wanted to make sure that I heard it right.
MiG, yeah. So, um, but so there are MiGs on deck A, the bridge and AI core, as well as engineering, the port and starboard magazines for the missiles, which Drill Sergeant Horgus says like that is our top priority to retrieve. Um, those are on deck C, and the crew members cryo chambers, as in like for the ship's crew, are on deck C. As for cryo chambers for the troops, any troops that are on board, that would be deck D, and the crocodile dropship hangars and ready rooms, including armories, would be on deck E. So Horgus say like, all right, here are my orders. You are to recover all missiles. You are to find any surviving crew. Evelyn, you hack into that Ivan mainframe. Um, and yes,
You do it way more funnier than he does. Just next time I have Tom give you his lyrics. Say, here, you can do it like this. This is much funnier.
so so it says, any questions? Good. Move out.
Holy Jesus!
Yeah. So so he tells you that, and you say move out, and you guys go to, well, I mean, before you board the dropship, the Seabiscuit, is there anything you guys want to do like before that, or like need to take care of? I can't imagine
Agnes
so, but I want to
definitely
get.
needs some armor.
Pardon?
Sorry, Agnes definitely needs some armor or
Didn't you
spacesuit or
get
anything.
didn't you get one from when you were going through the airlock and you grabbed one of the eco suits that was in the thing?
Oh yeah, we said we used it. I forgot to put it on my
Yeah.
sheet.
Well, put it on your
So
sheet because you
was
would
it?
have that.
Was it an Eco 2 or?
An Eco 2.
Okay.
Are we still all in the Eco 2 suits? Or have
I
we
would
swapped
assume
out to the
so.
M3 armor?
Well, if you're
Okay.
going to be boarding through the airlocks, that mandates. Well, actually, yeah, because I mean, out of character, he did say the airlocks, though. Theoretically, you could try entering from one of the hangars if you so wanted. Um, but I mean, again, going back to the fact that the three of you, Summer, Evelyn, and Marsden, are ex-UPP. There are airlocks like basically forward and aft, port and starboard, on multiple decks. So you can basically enter the ship from whichever deck you choose.
Ooh. Okay. Just going through one of the airlocks is fine. I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure my ship
Is
was
there
up
a
to date.
specific deck that you want to like approach, like start from? Because if you want, I could post the highlights, quote unquote, in notes, so you know like where everything is and where to go.
I would
Yeah.
say the middle deck, because that is the most likely to be the least damage.
Okay, well let's see. I'm gonna post in notes. Oh, whoa! What the hell did I just do? All right.
What did you?
It's just hotkeys in Discord. Relax. Um, or I should go straight up Hades. Relax.
You tell me, man. I only work here.
um,
I love to think that after Horgus gave this like big speech, gave us our orders after he like turned away, we just all started like laughing and giggling at him.
laughing behind his back.
Kind of like not disrespectfully, of course. It's just like, well, he hasn't pulled out the drill sergeant voice in a while, so it's funny to see it.
So, and in terms of, and I mean, because I remember, I mean, I could check back in my notes. Operative term could, but I mean, again, with you guys players being here, so with a drop ship, so you got two teams. I'll say that Gunny would say it's like pick three to go with you. So you got, I mean, obviously Mike's flying the drop ship, but you can take up to three of your NPCs with you. So you should have viewership of the allied NPCs folder. Let's see, configure ownership. I'll set all players
Yeah.
to observer just in case.
Yeah.
I got an idea what we can loot as well, since I'm seeing that in our ships we have the eco twos, but we don't have the normal type of military armor. We can loot it from the dead bodies.
What's
Yeah,
left of them?
I was really close to going. What are you armor? What are you complaining about? Just loot it from those guys.
Yeah.
So,
He's definitely gonna see.
well, Marty, he's new here, so he probably doesn't get the Corgi reference, but,
Uh,
you know,
it wasn't meant as such, but
oh,
the point still stands.
well, that's the first thing I think of when when you say, "What are you complaining about?" No,
Right.
I only have four grades. So, so
I
anyway,
only have 4 feet, so I can't do anything.
so anyway, so which one of your which you can have up to three NPCs join you. So who do you want to have tag along?
We should probably bring Johnny, Zavodska, and why not? Let's bring Sweetwater and his eccentricities with us.
Yeah, and I'll bring my sniper rifle so I can take point. He says. So let's see, I'll just drag these guys out so I know who is going with. So you've got Amelia, Sweetwater, and Johnny. Um, and then like Johnny basically rubs his hands like, I've been looking for some action, and he looks at Zavodska and a mission.
Oh boy.
And she just rolls her eyes at him. So all right, so all the PCs pile aboard the Seabiscuit, and Mike, he brings it out and like brings the dropship out of the ship, flies over to the Kremlin. It's not really a long flight. And you said you were going to enter from deck C.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So
I
are
said
you?
what I said was the deck that is most likely to be the least damaged.
Well, the thing is that you're not like so. When you shot out I'm going to take a look at the crits again on the ship that you absolutely clobbered. So, bridge exposed to vacuum is on deck C. Um, I think the displacement drive and engines are on deck C as well. Let's see, and main engineering, reaction thruster, yeah. So, I mean, but
Not
keep in
deck C
mind,
then.
well, well, deck C is where a lot of important shit is. So, I mean, keep in mind, just because like this is a gigantic ship, like a big, like round, fat ship that could take a lot of punch. I mean, granted, it got sliced up by railgun rounds, but I mean, it would still be largely operational.
Okay.
So,
All right, fine. Well, we're on suits anyway. Let's go.
exactly. So, do you guys want to enter um, port or starboard, like left or right?
Does it matter?
I mean, I'm asking you. It doesn't matter to you, but in terms of layout, I'll say this for you and the others who are UPP, you would know that like the ship is largely symmetrical, so it doesn't make a huge
Mm-hmm.
difference. So
Okay, port side then.
okay, so port side, and we'll say you can enter the forward airlock. So let me just drag the tokens. So let's see, we've got um, where okay players. So we've got Agnes, and I'll activate the map in just a sec. So Agnes, I'll bring Arthur in case whenever Blitz shows up. We've got Evelyn, Martin, and Summer, and then for NPCs, I believe you guys were saying Zavadska, Johnny, and Sweetwater. Okay. So let's
Yeah,
see.
sounds like it.
Pardon?
I was just agreeing.
Oh, okay. Um, all right. So now these airlocks are sealed. So what I'm gonna need while you guys are um in space is for Evelyn to do a heavy machinery, and courtesy of the dice roller before, I mean it's up to you if you want to just roll your regular, like the regular alien dice or just a manual roll,
Yeah.
and that goes for everybody just for future reference.
Yeah. Let's see what tools I have.
On a side note, I did see that Control F5 resets the roller.
Oh, very interesting.
In what way?
It so it I don't know. Okay, I don't ask the developers.
All right, so I'm activating the scene. So just for reference, because I scaled down the tokens so that way it's like one person wouldn't take up the whole hallway, but you guys are right here for just for reference.
Lovely.
Yeah. Would I get the bonus from using the maintenance jack to do this?
Yes.
Cool. So that is active. Five, 9, 10.
Oh, that was a good roll. Very, very good
Oh,
roll. That's
hell yeah.
fucking 4 successes. Nice.
I'm going to point out that it was in private.
Yep,
Yeah.
I saw it the
Yeah.
last moment. There we go.
Well, she was
Should be
GMing,
active now.
Thursday, so. Okay, 4 successes. What do you want to do with your stunts? Because by default, it would take like a definitely not necessarily like half an hour, but definitely would take more than just a minute to, properly like breach the airlock. So what do you want? What would you like to do?
I'll say for one of the stunts, you do it quickly.
Okay,
and
so
half
half
the
the
time it would
time.
normally take.
Yep. So that's
Yep.
one. And then
The you got this, you don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future. Would that apply here?
in terms of cycling airlock doors, I would say yes, sure. Just make a note of that,
Yep.
so because I probably won't remember it, but if you do, I'll take you at your word. So in terms of cycling, airlock like locked airlocks, you're doing it quickly, and then you got one last stone. What would you like to do?
Let's go with you act quietly.
Okay. All right. So there.
I doubt there's anyone still alive on the ship, but can't hurt to be safe.
Yeah. So it goes undetected. Um, at least it's not like A New Hope where there's a whole squad of troopers waiting for you. Um, okay, so you all you cycle the airlocks where I was like, all right, I'll take point. Pulls out his scope rifle, and yeah, you all just move the tokens like that. So you guys all make your way in. Um, the inner airlock again. I mean, with Evelyn's magic touch, you can just open the door. Um,
Sniper needs to stay in back, Sweetwater.
Well, no, it's funny that you, the smart gunner, are saying that because I mean,
Yes,
th-
because I'm supposed to be in front.
well, that's my point. Is that so? Just for quick context, just as an aside, the whole joke of Sweetwater taking point is the fact that that character, as well as John's, originated in this rather infamous campaign where Sweetwater was a squad sniper, and he's like, "So Johns, I'm basically gonna go in first with my sniper rifle and scout ahead." And John's like, "I've got a smart gun." And Sweetwater's like, "Oh, okay." But anyway, I'm just gonna scout ahead and see. It's like, shouldn't you be behind me with your longer range sniper rifle? And then later on, the guy was like, "Yo, I'll make it like it's like, who's the squad sniper? Sweetwater. Okay, he's my rival. Because why the hell was a sniper trying to take point?" But anyway, so that's why he's doing that. But if you wanna make him fall back, he will.
Oh, then
Um,
I know my rival now. Get to get to the back, you fucking idiot.
History
Can you
repeats.
get your head chopped off?
Oh no. Okay, yeah, if you want to add Sweetwater as your rival, go for it. That would actually be really funny.
Did you stand up to your rival? I got an experience point. Woohoo! Okay.
Yeah. Um, okay, so Evelyn breaches the airlock, so I take it now Martin's on point. Um,
Yeah.
does anybody want to support him with a motion tracker? Do any of you have a motion tracker?
Uh,
I got a
Well,
big ass flamer, and that's about it.
yeah. So does Zavatska. She does not have a flamethrower. Sweetwater does not, or a motion tracker. Johnny does not have a motion. So none of the NPCs have motion trackers.
Yep. I have one, so I
Okay.
can back him up.
All right. So.
Back up my buddy, like usual.
Talk to me,
Alright.
buddy.
All right. So, I'm just saying, like, if you want to do motion tracker sweeps, you can. But I'm just asking that, like, realistically, like, who's on point. So if it's like Hudson and Vasquez, where Hudson's on the tracker and Vasquez is sweeping the room. Okay. So where are you guys going next? So, like I said,
Well,
when you
I watched the movie, or at least I watched part of it again. So I'm just like, oh yeah, no, we're not doing this shit differently.
so yeah, like I said, you cycled the inner airlock and there's nobody waiting for you. So what is your course of action? Because your mission objectives. So drill Sergeant Horgus, issues is like, if it moves, shoot it. If it's dead, loot it. And it's basically saying like the priority is to salvage, like take enemy missiles, and also to hack into the Ivan core, like the AI core of the ship. And both of those
Is it
are
actually called Ivan Core? Really?
Ivan 3. Yes, look at that.
That is fucking hilarious. Okay. I just want like, did I hear that right?
That's the
Yeah,
second
sure
time you've
did.
said that.
They're pulling out all the stereotypes in this thing.
Yeah,
Oh
very
my
much. Anyway, so I mean, those are Drill Sergeant Horgus's like two main orders. However, I mean, if you want to sweep the rest of the ship, whether to find survivors or do some looting of other things, then that is entirely extra, like up to you. So
So Martin kind of moves forward, not calmly because we're not hearing any ring 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 from the
correct.
right. We're not hearing
Yeah,
any of that.
yeah. The motion tracker doesn't give you a hey, you should check this kind of ping.
So what I'm noticing is, and well, at least what I'm reading here on the map is that enhanced sensor EMP missiles bay. Oh, there's missiles. Let's go check.
Yeah. So you
Goes through,
can.
we can steal it.
Yep. So you can check it's like a gunnery bay. Um, if you decide to, just move your token in there, and obviously there's nothing in there, or nothing living in there. But yeah, the gunnery bay, it's like there are controls to fire the missiles, and you do see like readout of in terms of EMP missiles, there are 7 remaining because they fired 1 during the battle. They have at least they have 7 left.
Okay. Well, okay, guys. There's seven missiles left. Let's get them. Let's get them to the airlock.
Can we pick them up, or do we need a power loader?
You would probably have. That's a good question. Yeah, you might actually need a power loader for those, come to think of it. Or because I don't know how realistically how they load them. So maybe I mean
They turn off,
Maybe it's with the
they
power
turn off
loader.
artificial. They turn off artificial gravity and just gently push them in.
well I'm
That's how they.
thinking like my vote is either like power loaders maybe using the sky crane drop. Like either way you'll have the means to get them in. Like I'm not going to sit down and debate like how you're going to do it. Um but you can do
Mm.
it. So the missiles, at least the EMP missiles are on this bay and they are in stock. Um So you
Is there
know
any way?
that
Is there
some
any way to hack into any computers here? And if so, what would they contain?
um so this gunnery bay mainly contains like and I'm just saying this is again like meta knowledge for you having been aboard one of these ships at one point or another. Um
Right.
the basically it has like it's mainly condensed to this like gunnery bay in terms of like diagnostics for fire control systems and
Right.
targeting
Okay.
shit like that. Like it doesn't have any like secret intel in it, if that's what you're looking for.
No. Yes, it was, and of course, yeah, I just realized that. Yeah. Okay. So Martin walks out in the hall again, kind of nonchalant, chewing his gum, and he looks at um he looks at Evelyn and Summer goes, sure feels like home. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Man, ain't that the truth?
So, all right. So, yeah. So you've confirmed because, and just a reminder, this ship has both frigate buster EMP missiles as well as I think short lance ASATs. So, um, you can definitely be on the lookout for both. But so far, you have verified that the EMP missiles are there are still some in reserve that can be loaded. Where are you going next?
Um,
Want us to go down?
no, actually, here's an idea. So dormitories, that's places to sleep, right? Okay.
Crew quarters, yeah.
Yeah. So if
We
there
can
were
check.
any personal belongings, they would be there.
Yeah.
True.
Should
I
do a
mean,
sweep of the dormitories and crew areas.
are you looking for anything specific?
Well, not for riches. After all, this is a UPP ship.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so, um, but yeah, I mean, I'm just asking you, like, are you looking for like weapons or anything like that?
No, I'm looking for survivors. After all, if it
Okay,
moves, shoot it.
if it's dead loaded, yeah. So, in terms of survivors, I'll give this as a freebie, to save time. Like, you can look around the different dormitories, depending on how many you're looking at. Like, I mean, assuming you do a full sweep and check them all, yeah, there's no signs of life.
Okay. And Martin mumbles to Evelyn, anything on the tracker?
Let me do a sweep and see
Yeah.
if I pick
So
up
give me
anything.
a motion tracker roll, and I'm assuming you're facing like uh, down like this way, or oops, wrong tool.
Yep.
Yep.
Like down the southern half of the ship.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Do a motion tracker sweep. Power roll.
So that's an
And if it isn't
accuracy.
already at full power, you can change it to that because you would have been sitting around for a day, and that could have been easily charging. So.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a great start.
Yep. So power goes down by 2,
I'm
and as you
rusty.
are
Been a hot minute since I've used one.
sweeping, because interestingly enough, it says you can make one motion tracker. Like I read somewhere else, I think in like the stealth rules, is you can make one motion tracker like sweep per turn. Whether that lasts the whole turn or not wasn't specified to my knowledge, but I'll say that with that power supply roll that you can. I mean, if you guys think it's fair that you can be having the tracker up during the turn, looking around.
That makes sense to
Yeah.
me.
That like caveat being obviously if you enter combat, for example, then you would have to switch to your weapon, but like you can be doing like what Hudson's doing, just walking around with the motion tracker out. So
And
okay,
what do we hear?
not a goddamn thing.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was waiting. Punk, right out of the field. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, so you at least like anything moving on this deck or potentially lower decks, you're not getting any signs of movement. Like you see your teams like not necessarily pings, but like markers on the tracker scanner to know like, hey, you've got allies right here. But it's not like picking
Okay.
them up with a ping. So um,
Okay. Well, let's then let's move on to the AI core.
okay. So just to clarify, so this line right here, I'm assuming that I mean, because basically the ship, I mean, obviously you could go in a straight line. The way this ship is described is like in the event of an emergency, um, this front part of the ship can actually detach and be its own like self-contained unit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it obviously didn't. So just that's what the blue line kind of separates. But other than that, you
It's
can
like
just
a
walk through the
bulkhead.
whole. Yeah, you can walk through this
Okay.
corridor without issue. I'm just saying that, like, just a little bit of trivia. This blue part represents like the sever line, I guess, like that breaks away. Um, okay, so you guys are going all straight to the bridge. I'll move your tokens to the Ivan frame. Um,
Oh,
the
okay. We're skipping a whole bunch of things.
well, you said you were going there, so
Yes.
Would want to check the med labs or anything for some. If you guys need any med pods or anything, if they even have anything adequate.
yeah, I mean, in a med lab they would have like medical kits and stuff like that, but um,
Yeah. We
yeah,
can
Let's.
always do another sweep once we've have
Yep.
control of the mother or
yeah, like once you can
father
control
or
the
Yeah.
Ivan.
Ivan core.
Yeah, the Ivan core, you can. So you'll note that the bridge, there is like the door is sealed and there's like a flashing red light above it, which should be kind of obvious what it's indicating. But okay, so make your way to the Ivan frame. Um, the Ivan core is basically like for anybody who has played Alien Isolation and seen an Apollo core, um, you know, something very similar to that but with um, with a lot of like UPP colors, like like white, gold, and red on it. So trying to make it look as like Soviet as possible. So, um, so yeah, the AI unit is an Ivan 3, which has the same functions and processing powers as the CX and Apollo core, but as essentially an off-brand replica um, with a different manufacturer modified programming, including a Russian accent. They aren't the same exact thing. And speaking of, that is actually a thing. They apparently have Russian accents, and that is something that the UPP characters in the party would know.
Oh my God. That
So,
truly rolling out all the stereotypes.
yep.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not so sure how the Chinese part of the UPP are happy with that, but
Что вас настырьте?
You look at the craft galley, and it's just the improvised vodka stills.
Well, they're serving vodka and rice, and sauerkraut. They're trying to be as multi. They're trying to be inclusive, and so it begins.
Eh, and so I would say that Martin, having lived and served in that army, I would probably be able to read all that and speak the language. Well, whichever language it would be, but
Well, so the
right?
UPP,
Would that be
yeah, I
fair?
would say that you figure if the UPP and other super nations in the setting kind of function like NATO, where NATO, for example, has English and French as its like standard languages. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it stands to reason to me that like the UPP would probably have like because it was originally formed by Russia, Spain, and Germany, so it would definitely have Russian and probably German and or Spanish. So at any rate, I would just simplify it by saying all the UPP characters, like when you were joining the Union, you were like drilled in these languages, especially because it's mentioned in the Wayland Corps corporate timeline that the Wayland Corps actually invented like a device that requires no actual learning to learn a language. So um, yeah, so long story short, yeah, you would be able to read the different like you know text above each room, so it's like something in Russian you could read it perfectly fine, even if you aren't Russian.
Right.
But that goes specifically for the UPP members of the Steel Towns, not like the American component.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, let's slice into this thing.
okay, so
So
that is going to be
that's what we came here for.
yep,
They ain't paying us by the hour. Let's go.
and Zavodska is saying like he barely pays us at all,
I
and
was
you hear
waiting for
Horgus
that.
chime over the radio. I heard that.
Good.
Oh,
That was the idea.
So yeah, um,
we just turned 10 million. It should help.
Now, yeah, I was about to say. Now, of course, at the same time, that's us saying that with like 10 million in our pocket. So there's that.
well, you haven't collected it yet, but once you get Tommy to Anchor Point, but that's to be handled later. Okay, so anyway, Evelyn, so to hack into it, it is an opposed roll. Your Comtech, and um, in this case, the diagnostic device
I'll
would
assist
help.
you.
Yep, the
I will
assistance,
Okay.
assist you as well.
and then intense focus, because if you're taking your time with this, and I'll say like the rest of the team can be watching the corridor in case anything or anyone comes at you. In terms of, as for Ivan, I need to roll for what its stats are.
So super casually, Martin points at the bridge and goes, "I don't think we're gonna get attacked from there."
Let's see.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Okay, so that is active. Get a +3 on top of that.
Yeah, because intense focus and then Martin. Do you want to push that?
I will indeed push that.
Oh, very nice. Um,
There
okay.
we go.
So, and do you have any like story points or anything extra you want to throw in there to potentially get more information? Because there is a lot to unpack here.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, sure. I'll use my story point and get a
Okay.
little bit
Yeah,
another
so it'll
success.
count as an extra success. Get you. So, for reference, Ivan only rolled one success, so you definitely got some. Like, you broke the tie, um, and you got extra information. Like, because basically, so it normally would be a tie that would go to Ivan. However, you got one extra success that breaks the tie, and then one extra success, another extra success that gives you extra information, and then if you're using a story point, that's an additional piece. So, the basics. So one that I'll give you as a freebie, because I mean it would be pretty obvious. So this, um, well, first of all, the Ivan unit, basically, greets you as welcome, E. Sunderman, and like the like a stylized Norcom logo flashes on the screen, and then like it opens like data logs, like like a little like a directory Windows Explorer style thing. So,
Mhm.
so the ship, the basic freebie I'll give you is the ship is designated the SSV Snovatruknu, if I'm pronouncing that right, which I'm probably not. I'll put that in notes. So, in terms of your stunts, um, so you learn that the Snova was dispatched here when UPP sensor stations detected your ship, which, as a Conestoga-class troop transport and used by both the United States military branches and by Weyland-Yutani, both of whom are bitter enemies of the Union, mandated an armed response. Um, and during the space battle, when the Snova was taking heavy damage, the captain sent out a distress call on a secure UPP military frequency. The message is pretty much along the lines of, "We have confirmed the presence of the Americans who intruded through Union space, and they have launched an assault on our ship." And you can tell that the message was sent in full before the Snova was disabled. Whether the recipient has actually received it yet is unknown, but he or she will regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
So that's one stunt,
Ah,
and
great.
then
Looks like we're in for some company
yeah, and the other one
eventually.
is um let's see. Um,
Would I be able to spend one of my stunts to like get control of like Ivan cores so I don't have to hack them again in the future?
you can, but you would be losing out on potential extra intel.
Okay.
So, in this case, I would personally
Um,
recommend you that you spend all of
yeah,
your
I'll take
stunts
the
on extra
intel.
intel, because you can always hack it again and then get the stunt, for not
Yeah.
having to do it again. So, in terms of the, um, so where it, so let's see. Well, let me ask you this. Do you want to know, um, because I'll give you like a prompt and then you pick which one and I'll give you the details. Do you want to know where the message was sent, uh, or what like the crew complement, like the notable crew and their battle doctrine was? Those are two different things.
Hmm.
And
Which
obviously the
one
rest of the party
will
can
ask? Yeah,
contribute.
I was about to say, like, which one do you guys think would be a better like ask?
Not sure really. Both both can be quite useful.
I'm sorry,
Me?
I kind of zoned out.
So just to summarize, so your two options, so Evelyn, one of her stunts was basically learning that the UPP sent out a distress call and it has, it was sent out in full, so somebody's going to know about this. The question is,
Mhm.
Mhm.
do you want to know where the message was sent, or like basically the crew complement and perhaps who it was sent to?
I mean,
Who was it
where
sent?
would give us a good idea how long it would take them to get here?
Oh,
Yes.
Like, a vague idea, at least.
Right.
We know how fast we need to get
Get
off
the
the
hell
ship
out, yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I will be AFK for a little bit. Sorry.
Sure.
Have to.
Okay, I understand.
That's
Um,
good.
It happens. So so what I'm
depends on
hearing
location.
is support for learning where it came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the message was transmitted to a location referred to as Santiago base, and I'll say initially nobody knows what the hell that is. However, for the three UPP characters and also a roll for Zavadska and I'll roll for Marty because he's not here right now. I want you each to do a wits roll with no stress.
So
So
just blink. Wits.
yeah, and like I said, you can roll like either manual like slash R X D6, like however many D6, or that. Oh, nice.
probably should take off the stress I have.
Yeah, you would not have stress right now.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll roll Zavodska. She's got what's 3, so 3d6. Um, so interestingly, for once, the alien dice rolled successes, whereas the manual ones didn't. So, um, it's an entirely foreign name to Zavodska and Martin, however, and I think it's kind of convenient that the two Germans actually both succeeded because um, so Santiago base is actually September Outpost, and if you go to the Stars in the Middle Heavens map, that like basically you have access to go there at your leisure. If you want to take a look, and I can show you where it is, like anybody wants to see.
Sure, I'll pop over there.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So
Yay.
once everybody who wants to see it hops over, I will I'll point it out. I just don't want to start pointing it out while people are still loading in. Okay, so and then just waiting for Greg. There he is. So for reference, you guys are right here where your unit emblem is, the Steel Talons logo. So you're in this system.
Okay.
September Outpost is here.
Okay.
And for reference, Evelyn and Summer know that because at one point or another, maybe not together. I mean, unless you want to say together that you both served together.
Didn't they meet through there?
Well, I mean, so I don't think it was ever established how your two characters met. But I'm saying if you want to say that you both met while stationed at September Outpost, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So
Wait, 1 sec, I'm being called for.
sure. But yeah, you both were garrisoned at September Outpost at one point or another. So Santiago base definitely rings a bell. So with that, that's pretty much all you get out of your intel, and I'll say that like Ivan, it definitely takes him a minute to realize, wait, these are not authorized personnel, and you get locked out of the system before you can learn anything else.
Could we theoretically calculate a speed like of the Kremlin type ship if the UPP former
Like,
participants
oh,
have
like
any
to
base
see.
idea of their speed?
Oh, like, are you talking about like to see how long it would take for them to get here?
Yeah, theoretically, if they would have started coming right away.
Yeah, because basically, for reference, like, so you guys, because this is obviously a while back, so you started in the Soul Sector, after you dealt with Dr. Hemlock, and then when you were hired for this mission, you pretty much went like straight spinward, all the way up to 26 Draconis. So you passed directly through UPP territory, um,
Yeah.
in what is essentially an enemy ship. So,
Yep.
um, so you pass through, yeah. So you pass through Union territory. So, and also with the FTL rating, and again, I'm willing to chalk this up as like meta info because it's something that you know the majority of the well, for one, the majority of the players who are here right now, your characters would have been on one of these ships. So
Yep.
a Kremlin has an FTL rating of 3, which basically means that let me just double check how it works because you guys have essentially an FTL rating of 1. Where is FTL? So spacecraft basics.
Is it distance times the
I
FTL
think
rating?
so. FTL rating denotes how many days it takes um, for for the ship to travel 1 parsec on the star map. To calculate a journey, multiply the number of days per parsec by the number of parsecs. So basically, like for every 3 days, it'll cross 1. So September Outpost is right here in this like between 9 and 10. So it'd be like 1, 2, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4 if you go diagonally. Or actually, no, hold on,
Yeah.
it's right there. So hold on, let me recount that. So September Outpost is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's still 4 if you go like a diagonal road. Yeah. Um, so basically, it would take them, another 12 days unless they do like some overclocking shit to get to you.
Mm, that's good. That's good to know. So we theoretically got time to dismantle what we need if
Yeah,
this
you're not in any urgent. I mean, assuming there aren't any other ships en route, but you aren't in any that you are aware of. You are not in any rush um, to like loot and pillage the enemy ship.
Great. That's good news.
So, with that in
But yeah,
mind, what's up?
sorry, but yeah, definitely Agnes will say when you guys are gonna leave and go to wherever you were planning to, probably, as you realize, would be wise to avoid the UPP territory. Maybe go take a little detour, go around.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind that would be one big fucking detour, especially because like UPP space, if you're looking coreward, it like there's this arm that goes around. Um, like pink space, that's
Yeah.
just the frontier, that's neutral territory. But I mean, technically, if you go to like if you basically do the reverse route, you go from where you are at 26 Draconis to Earth. Once you go to Earth, that's kind of like a neutral space. Though then again, Drill Sergeant Horgus' plan was in terms because he sent me like a whole like manifesto of shit he wants to do. Um, in terms of one of the things was, I mean, obviously, so Anchor Point Station is down here, um, and that is also kind of like a a free port for all factions. That is where Tommy wants to go to be dropped off, and also to so he can give you the money he promised you. But we'll address that. You cross that bridge when we get to it. So as for um, the Kremlin, so far you've identified confirmed the status of the EMP missiles. Um, and then obviously you just search the Ivan core. Is there anything else you want to do?
On our way back, can we, well, first check the craft med lab and then the main med lab just to see if there are any kind of unexpected, good quality medical equipment that
It's
that ship
UPP.
doesn't mainly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, equality is not a word in their vocabulary, no matter what language you're using. Um, so, but yeah, I mean, if you want to look in the med lab, um, I would say I think realistically between the two med labs, it's like a 2d6 roll to see how many like personal med kits they have.
Well, let's do it.
Okay, so they've got um, 4 in this one, and then I would also mention that in terms of the med lab, they also have like off-brand auto docs. Um, the med lab for like
Mhm.
treating like crew like actual injuries. The med kits are just basically first aid kits in the craft med lab. So what else do you want to do?
Do we have enough auto docks and do we have any on the main
Well,
ship?
well, first of all, you would not be able to move these because they're like bolted into the ship. But I will note that
Oh yeah,
so this
of
ship
course.
was captured. Like this was Dr. Hemlock's personal ship that was kind of kitted out as both a warship and a research vessel. And if memory serves, it was established that he had at least one, possibly more autodocs, or not autodocs, Paulings on his ship.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No need for this. Yeah,
So yeah,
then we'll just grab the med kit.
yeah. So yeah, add the med kits to your inventory while you're carrying them.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are you going next?
You guys want to check? Do they have an armory on another level?
Yes,
Maybe.
as was mentioned, the ready rooms as well as dropship hangars would be on deck E.
Yep. Then we can head down there and take stock of what's in the armory.
Okay. Um, do you want to also like while you're because obviously there's deck D between C and E. Do you want to go down there and see what, um, what if anything there is there, like if anybody's still alive? Because that, as a reminder, that is where the like the troop cryo chambers would be.
Yeah, let's go down to D.
Okay, so I will switch the map over. Well, first I'll copy all the tokens and then switch the map over. Deck D. When that loads, okay, good. Um, so, all right, let's see. So, because basically there are these elevators here, like here and here. I'll just assume you go like the one I just pinged. So, place all the tokens there. Um, again, even without like the meta knowledge of the map, the UPP crew members of the Steel Talons know where the military cryo deck is. So, and obviously, and there are barracks for the troops, and there's a galley. Like this deck is basically for like supporting the troops.
Yeah.
So, um, so assuming you go to the uh, cryo deck, so do you want to have like one person search each room, or
Yeah, we can split up to try to do it.
let's split up, gang?
Universe in
Okay.
universe.
So,
Yay!
um,
I can do it.
so Zavotska says, I'll take glasses to search up here, referring to Sweetwater, and then um, Johnny and Arthur will go up here. Like Johnny opens the door, and then Arthur, um, has his incinerator. Well, actually, no. Knowing Arthur, he'd have his shovel ready. Um, and then
Yeah.
I'm assuming Martin and Evelyn, the buddy duo, would go here,
Yeah.
which leaves Agnes and Summer to go here. So we'll start
All
with
right.
so the NPCs because they went up first. They'll open the doors. They'll look in and they'll report like they're looking around and they report to you well like over comms and you can even kind of hear their voices saying like these pods are clear, there's nobody inside. um so um Evelyn and Martin will cut to you first because I'm just kind of going like clockwise. So I'm assuming like you open the door, Evelyn, and then Martin takes point.
Yeah.
Okay, so he does that and you swivel in behind him. um Looking around the room, yeah, so there are like the rooms, are like sparking. There's some damage, and if you look at the pods, it's not a pretty sight. Every single person who is
Yeah.
in a pod has flatlined, and I would say
Well.
just the
Loading.
sheer like mass death. I would say you get a point of stress for that.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Like, I think we expected this, but it's still hard to hard to see it.
Yeah. Um, because especially, I mean, the cruel irony of it, it's like with soldiers being in cryo sleep, they never saw it coming. So, um, then they had no chance to react or defend themselves. Similarly with Summer and Agnes, that you two go in, um, you open it, and it's pretty much the same thing. So you guys get stress as well. So mark up 1 point of stress, and I'll do it for Summer if she's still AFK. Um, okay, so yeah, all of the
I'm
I'm
here.
here.
okay.
So,
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't realize you both were back. So yeah,
well,
long story short, all the
I heard everything. So,
oh well, all the troops are dead. So there's that.
oh, all of
Yay!
them.
Yeah, all of them. Every single person that was in cryo on this deck is dead.
Okay. Oh, so not all of them, but everyone who was in cryo.
Everyone who so let me put it this way. You searched Deck C. I mean to streamline, like I said, like you could search Deck C and there's nobody alive there,
Right.
nobody in cryo. The whole crew was out of cryo sleep and on the bridge when it, I mean when it blew.
Got it.
And the troops here, they were prepared as like presumably a boarding party, and they're all dead because cryo malfunction.
Okay. Well, I hope they didn't go as what's that that one captain.
Oh, from Covenant, the guy who like burned in his pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thankfully they didn't burn, but they suffocated is the most likely cause of death.
Okay.
So, yeah, to your knowledge, there's nobody living remaining on this ship. So,
All right. Horgus, this place is dead. Whatever. I was about to say, whatever happened here, we missed it, but no, we happened.
yeah,
So
we caused
we
it.
didn't miss
So,
it. We caused it, exactly.
so,
Okay, moving on.
and Horgus is like, good, good. Well, everyone's dead, so start looting. That's an order.
And precisely like what I would expect Horgus to say, like, okay, machine gun 1, machine gun 2, machine gun 3. Wait, do these take our ammo?
Well, first of all, these
And I
troops
would know
don't.
that.
Oh, yeah,
And I would know that, of course.
yes.
Duh.
Well, I'm saying these guys don't have any weapons on them. They're just in their pods. If you wanted any weapons, you would have to go down to deck E where the ready room is.
Yeah, I skipped that whole part.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, because I'm just waiting for the opportunity for Horus to be like, good, good. Your weapons will make a fine addition to our collection. Because that's just that's Horus in terms of looting everything, which is one of the things I love about him.
I see what you
Even
did
if
there.
even if he creates homework for me, I was like, all right, yeah, I need you to tally up how many guns these people had and how much ammo.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know how many rounds we got now.
So, okay, so you guys are going
Okay,
down.
I'm never doing that again.
They should have a good number of weapons with the number of people in cryo they have.
Yes. So
Mhm.
going down to
Oh, can I just insert a question real quick?
sure.
Do we know how long it takes for anyone for a new ship to show up? And don't say 17 days.
12 days.
Okay, 12.
Yeah, assuming that they don't
Assuming they
overclock the
weren't already in
engine.
transit, which you
Yeah.
guys have no way of knowing.
Right, because it takes time for that message to get there. After all, we know it takes about 2 weeks to get a message out here.
Well,
Right?
but that's the difference. That's the distance from LV-426 to Earth. Whereas the difference between, like the distance between 26 Draconis, which is where you are right now, and the outpost that the transmission was sent to,
Oh.
that is a much shorter distance.
Oh, shit. Well, still 12 days. Let's go.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you guys are heading down to deck E.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me just gather all the tokens. So let's see. Copy that, and then go down to deck E, and then there's the elevator here. So I'll just paste the tokens. So, all right. So I take it you're just going straight for the ready rooms?
Yeah, first that. Why not?
Okay. So, in the ready room, there is, they have, so the UPP forces aboard this ship, you'll note that there are guns, but there aren't necessarily a lot of it. And speaking of which, the guns are basically UPP standard stuff like AK-40-47s and QSZ pistols. Um, most of basically the amount of small arms on the ship is actually very limited. However, there are plenty of um, CCC-5 suits, which are basically UPP like custom-made armored, well, not really armored spacesuits, but spacesuits that have like built-in wrist rifles. They have built-in AK-104 rifles into their gauntlets. So there's more of those suits and ammo for those rifles, like the wrist rifles, than there are like standalone shit.
Somebody thought they were Boba Fett.
I mean, they were planning for a boarding operation, and Horgus is like, get one of those suits for Mike. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
One of them will take all of us, sir.
So, speaking of which, that's not something I made up. That's something Horgus specifically wanted to do. He wanted Mike to have one of those suits.
I say we'll
I
load
love it.
as many of them as we can.
And he says, good, good. They will make a fine addition to our collection. Yeah, I got to use the line.
Cody. Oh, yeah, twice now. Oh, Cody.
My goblet, you're gonna get there.
Or he's like, if you're not looting, you're not doing your job properly. So, um, so are you guys going to just take like one suit, or are you going to spend like 6 hours shuttling all the fucking suits and guns out?
Knowing August, it would be that.
Well, I think it would be.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sure he's going to do a goddamn backflip once he sees how many suits you have. Oh, Jesus.
I'm sure.
I assume we have the space, right? On our
And the
version of the
cargo hold?
Sulaco?
In the Avalanus? Yeah, you should. Let's see. You have, so in terms of your hangar is a side, or no, it's not hangar. It's cargo bay. Cargo bay 3, 250 tons worth of shit. So let's see. Is there, yeah, cargo. Yeah, I mean, for like personal suits, I cannot imagine you wouldn't. So I'm gonna add
Okay.
CCC 5, and I'll just do times 30. Well, actually, realistically, it would probably be times 50, and the reason why is extra suits for the crew and then spares if for some reason they need it. So you got 50 fucking suits.
Okay.
Agnes will also 3 of the 4 medkits will put in the Avalanos, so we
Okay.
have them.
All right.
Do you want me to add that?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
No problem.
So all right, so I'll close out the sheet so it doesn't like do conflicting stuff. I already put the CCC 5 suits. I'm not going to put the AKs in there because like the wrist AKs because I mean they're built into the suit. So like adding the same item like unless somebody specifically wants one then yeah, but I can't imagine you would because you know your Eco 2 suits are just like monumentally better. Okay, so you spend say definitely a shift in terms of just the amount of time to like move back and forth, load them into the dropship, have the dropship go back to the Avalanos, and rinse repeat. Um, so that's a shift. Um, and is there anything else you still want to do? And also, I would say also, I'll be nice and count the like missile looting as part of that operation. Like, of you guys also, getting the missiles like decoupled so they can be
Yes.
looted. So I'll say that and the suits, that's going to take a shift. During that time or after that time, what else are you guys going to be doing, if anything?
Can we check if they had any vehicles within the
Yes.
ship?
Are you looking in terms of the dropship hangars or in the like in terms of ground vehicles or both?
And anything that has wheels or can fly.
Okay. Yes, you can do that. Um, so I mean, obviously the dropship hangars are on this deck. So though I will note, if I'm not mistaken, the Avalanos is full up in terms of like aircraft because um, you have your dropship, the Seabiscuit. You have the stealth, like the UPP FTL dropship that Becker gave you. You have Dr. Hemlock's drop shuttle, and then you have a dropship that you captured at one point. So your hangar is full. So you would not be able to capture any dropships, though you may be able to, if you want, capture any UPP vehicles. Although you do already have the monster truck that Horgus bought, and then also the APC. So I don't know
Of
how
course
many.
he did.
Yeah, he did. On top of that, get this, he wants to arm it. He wants to turn it into like a battle bus.
What vehicle he wants to run?
The
So
only thing he's missing is 2 flags.
And then
Fucking hell.
you hear Horgus come, that's a good idea. Put him on. So
The United America's flag, and then like just the
Yeah.
the Free Nation of Texas flag.
well, no, you're gonna have a bunch of flags. Like
Mike
Mike's gonna put
Reynolds.
the Texan flag, and then you're gonna have like the Steel Talons logo on the 2 flags. So Horus was like, that way you'll know who's about to run you over. So
How fast is expanding those things? He might want to upgrade to a bigger hangar.
let's see. In terms of anyway, for vehicle lap, so how many vehicles can
maybe
you
maybe
fucking
we
even?
could maybe we can take out the missiles of the flying vehicles.
assuming they are compatible with your thing, but
Of course,
um,
if.
yeah, it's a big if.
Anything is compatible with my. Oh wait.
No, wrong character. Bad. Um,
I
I'm trying to.
couldn't resist. I
I'm sure you
couldn't
couldn't.
resist.
So let me just see. Uh, oh Christ. I'm trying to figure out because it doesn't. The Avalanos sheet doesn't say it has like a vehicle. I mean, obviously, it would have to be able to hold vehicles. Um, but let me just see. Does Conestoga class troop transport in the book have? Um, that's so weird. It doesn't. It doesn't mention having a vehicle bay.
Is it maybe that the dropship bay has is for vehicles and the?
That is my guess. I'm gonna just check the map because when in doubt, I always look at the map and see if it kind of makes. Yeah, Marty, look at the map. Um,
Yeah, I'm not saying it, but I'm smirking.
yeah, you're thinking it loudly. So so that's the old party ship, Conestoga. It would be okay. View scene. I'm just take a look. So in terms of the vehicle bay, yes, it could actually from the map I'm looking at, it could accommodate up to eight like ground vehicles and 4 dropships. And I mean, the dropships, I mean, like I said, to my understanding, you're full up. But in terms of like ground vehicles, you could very well, bring extras aboard.
Let's drive them in.
Yep. So, okay. So, I take it, are you just going to ignore the dropship hangar and just go straight up to deck A? Because that would again where be
Yeah,
where the Ox transports would be.
yeah. Probably just straight for the ox. There's
Okay.
no
So
chance
you
to go.
guys, uh, make your way up to deck A. I will paste the tokens there. You got the elevator again. So in terms of the vehicle bay, um, unfortunately, when you go there, and I'll just simplify the same, but you can check both. You are shit out of luck because this particular Ox was not, or this particular Kremlin was not carrying any ground vehicles.
Mhm.
Which, if you think about it, makes sense if they were planning to board either an enemy ship or an enemy station.
Oh yeah, this was just yeah, they had a different mission.
Because I'll point out too, in terms of the dropship tankers, if you just so much as check them, that they would have kind of like with aliens, they would have a main dropship and a backup dropship. Um, but that I mean that again is mainly for their mission. So
Do here's an ammo depot. Theoretically, what would we expect to find?
um
Anything useful, or is it
Taking a
too
wild guess.
PvP specific?
Ammo.
Well, yes, but for what?
um I would
Yep.
say this ammo depot, from what I'm looking at, it would probably be um for like from where it's positioned, my guess is for like the MiGs. Um, though if you check, like like while you're there, because I'm assuming not every single person goes in the ammo depot, that some would probably check the starfighter hangars. There are no MiGs.
Okay, so just a boarding party.
Exactly. Like think of
Is
it
it
basically, think
theoretic?
of it like Aliens, where like the Marines, how they were configured. They were basically scouts. Um,
Oh yeah, it was so empty, basically. Almost
correct. Like
nothing of
these guys were
substantial.
basically prepared for. They were specifically sent for a boarding operation and nothing else.
Is it theoretically possible to get do we know if ships like these have backup storage of the electrical parts? I don't know what it's called, and the
Like ship
mechanical
parts?
parts. Yeah, yeah, that's used for repairing.
That's a good question. They would, I mean, undoubtedly have some parts. I would say, um, roll in this case, I'll say 2d3. Um,
Okay.
to like 2d3 twice to see how many of each parts. Oh, that's stats. That was cool. Um, and also you got 2 threes, so that's mechanical parts, and then roll it again for um, electronic parts. Oh my God, Agnes, jeez.
Holy crap.
Well, they got 6 of each, so
Damn.
Orcus is gonna be happy.
yeah, you hear like he says like, "Good find there, Agnes. This'll help nicely.
Woohoo!
So many parts to add to our collection." Um, so yeah, at one point by this rate, he's gonna have like a hoarder's style intervention on the ship. Like there's
A
so
hoarder
much.
style or a Horgus style?
Well, same difference. I'm just imagining like um like people try to give him an intervention and they trip on all the crap lying on the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, where did this come from? All the people we've killed. Um, so
Puppies.
okay.
How,
Anyway, so
how do we put in what do we label it as? How do we
I
like?
don't think those exist as a physical item. So my guess is I would say just write it down in description, like under where he wrote crew extras, just like note like um 3 or not 3 fail 6
Six
of each part.
mechanical and six, yeah.
Correct, six of each. So just write that in description if you would please, and then while you're doing that, is there anything anybody else would like to do aboard this ship?
Um, if I'm if I can, I want to try and hack the Ivan core again and try and get like control over that type of core.
In this case, I would say no, because as it goes, you
Okay.
like basically you can only do a specific action once. Um, like you can't like keep doing the same thing over and over until you succeed, because for one, that's the definition of insanity. But um, also the fact that like
Yeah.
basically, I mean, you did initially succeed, and then Ivan locked you out. So
Okay.
um,
Yep, that's fine. I just wanted to
well,
just
it's
double
worth
check on that.
asking, and I mean, hopefully it's not too disappointing an answer, but so it goes. Okay,
Eh,
so
it's all good.
Wait,
um,
what? She managed to hack it, but then the Ivan core locked her out.
yes.
How? Okay.
Well, because let me put it like this, in terms of because that's narratively that's justification for why she doesn't get any extra intel, is because like she didn't admittedly, like I said, the information, and correct me if you guys think I'm wrong, but the information was more important than not having to do it again. Um, and the basically saying like it sort of takes control and shuts you out is just the narrative justification for why you don't get any more, because it's like you get that and then realize, oh, there's an intruder in the system and kicks you out.
Okay.
Yeah, I get you.
But still, I mean, the information, it was definitely a good thing for you that you actually did those 2 stuns, um, because basically you learned, one, there was a distress message sent, and number 2, where it was sent to.
But doesn't anybody find it a bit strange that it seems we haven't found anybody else on this ship on these levels? Everybody's in cryo dead or just not here. Do we really believe that all of them were on the bridge?
They floated out into space. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
I feel like the bridge was
I'll put it this
breached,
way, in terms
so
of like the amount of time that you guys would have to search this ship, um, you do not like both with just looking around and doing motion tracker sweeps, do not find a single like so much as like twitch of motion on the ship. Like everybody, if you, for example, if you go down to engineering, you find out that there were some crew down there, and they got ripped apart with railgun rounds. The bridge crew, I mean, no guessing what happened to them, and all the troops that were for the boarding action died when when their pods malfunctioned. So, courtesy of the crits you got, the entire crew is dead.
Okay.
The entire crew is dead, and the ship is dead in the water. So,
Asking because we have an empty ship. It is completely wrecked, but we have very capable people on our hands. I don't know if
Yes,
Fork
but not.
still want to add to his collection.
Yes, but not in 6 days.
Yeah.
thought
I
it was
can't
12.
repair this thing in 6 days, and we shot it to pieces. We need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Horgus' orders are get the missiles, get the suits, get the Avancore, and get the hell out. So, I mean, you've done all
The
but the
3
last
gets.
things. Yeah,
The 3 gets. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And even
Yeah,
then,
we see
it
that.
falls under one big get. Get me all the loot. So.
Also,
You
get
guys
me
very
all
much.
the loot. Notice that?
Yeah, I mean, keep it my collection.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kid, of course. Okay, so um,
You-
so I'm assuming once all the missiles and compression suits have been looted, you all fall back to the Avalonis.
oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
um, that begs the question because again, what you guys were doing before this little um, incident happened is so you administered the virus. You were spectating Erebos Station to make sure the virus would work, and it was working, but Horgus wanted to stay um, the additional um, like other half of that, time for the virus to kill the station. My question is, he said that, I'll leave this up to the other players because, you know, he said that before Evelyn found out that a distress call was sent and reinforcements may be inbound. Do you want to still stay put and make sure the virus does what it does, or do you want to just get the hell out?
Even Horgus would not want to stay.
How
Yeah,
long does it take now?
um, so when you administer the virus, basically 48 hours after the effects, like the symptoms were first seen, the hive will be dead, and it has been half a day. Well, not half a day, I mean half the time. So it's been a day. So like another day
Okay.
waiting, and it will be like completely, purged.
In character, Agnes is all for just getting away from that damn prison.
Yeah, and for understandable reasons in your case.
Um,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
because
even
we
if
found
it
him there.
doesn't, yeah, even if it doesn't fully do the job it's meant to, we're gonna have to leave anyway before we can intercept and finish it. So, unless we want to stick around and fight how many they send out here.
So
But in the worst case, probably things will just be like we predict that the station will have the dead infection and whatever the UPP sent here, it'll be later than that. But in the worst case scenario, what we have a tentacle station monster against the warring ships. I have nothing against that. Better we not be there.
That's
So what I'm hearing is at least 2 votes to bug out and call it even from
yeah.
Summer and Agnes. Evelyn and Martin, do you agree?
Yep. So now,
Yeah,
of
the
course,
sooner we get out, the better.
fact is that we can watch what happens with the virus and still bug out, but it it's all. I mean, that's the truth. So at the same time, we probably should just get the hell out of here.
Okay. So
Yeah, we,
everybody's in
Yeah.
agreement. So um, you guys. So in terms of, I'll bring us to the Stars in the Middle Heavens map. So um, post 26 Draconis, this was Gunny's list. So first of all, he wants to go on a gigantic shopping spree, including hiring additional mercs. Um,
of course
and
he does.
yeah, so um, like I mean, he likes shopping more than like the whole cliche of like teenage girls at the mall. I mean, he
Yeah.
gets so hyped up. Like it's like, all right, we're gonna go shopping and buy everything they have, which again is another endearing, amusing trait, but I digress. So,
He likes shopping more than a trophy wife with a credit card.
except in this case, the roles are reversed. He is.
I just imagine Hogus, but dressed up as like those early 2000 girls.
Please no.
The hot
No.
sunglasses and the bright pink lipstick, the heavy eyeshadow.
What the hell? Where is your mind going?
Crayon
Gag me with a spoon.
And then he
And like
wears
he
a
just
church.
has all
Real
his
men wear
scars and
pink.
stuff too. Yes. But he still
Oh my
has all
God.
his scars and like this like
This
the
prosthetic
yearly
leg that he got
stubble
shot off.
going on. Yeah. Like the short boot cut jeans.
And how does he get to the mall? Yep, in a in a souped up truck.
Yeah, his fucking
Right
armed
pink.
terror truck with sentry guns. Sentry guns and like every flag ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember it. I mean, I know Agnes might remember from the videos. But yeah, Horgus, when he bought that thing, he and Mike went joyriding out in the desert in Arizona.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, that was this game's equivalent of the Interstellar Marines players skiing in the woods.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, in terms of, um, yeah, I guess, so you have a bunch of people to drop off because you got to drop off Tommy and Webb and Stykes from the station staff, and then Tommy obviously being prisoner. So, anchor point is down here.
Mm.
I mean, in terms of travel time, it's ultimately irrelevant because you're not on any kind of like deadline. Where's a token thingy?
Can Agnes be learning his talents?
Yes. Yeah. Anybody who wants to be learning talents during this time, I mean, if you need to do a wits roll, you can do that. But if somebody already has a talent, obviously you're in the clear. So, just
And
what do you
so if we're doing that, sorry. If we're doing that, can somebody teach me heavy machinery? Is that possible?
give you a point in heavy machinery? Yeah, Evelyn has it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want the first one.
Oh, I have heavy machinery, not heavy weapons. I
You have
misheard you.
both.
I can
So.
teach you both. I can teach you both.
I'm pretty sure I don't need heavy weapons. Wait,
Oh, it would be.
there
It
is
would
no
be a
heavy.
plus.
I don't have
It would
heavy
be a plus.
weapons. What is that?
A smart gun is in the category of heavy weapons.
That is true.
You would get another
I'd
plus
count it.
two.
You get a +2 modification to range combat when firing weapons such as plasma guns, tactical missiles, and tank guns. And I think like the
It's
heavy,
an example,
even
but
if
yeah,
Titus
Yeah,
is
between
heavy.
my personal ruling is that if it counts as a heavy weapons skill, then it's a heavy weapons. So, or a heavy weapons category of weapons. Like, because for example, like rocket launchers and smart guns are in the same like class category. So
Yep.
it would affect the smart gun, I would say,
Fine.
because the smart gun is just a man portable heavy machine gun. So
Mhm.
Okay, so can, the heavy machinery is a skill, right?
yes,
Can that
Yeah.
be taught the first point?
yes, for 5
Yeah.
XP,
Okay, so
Evelyn can teach you.
okay, done. And the other one was heavy weapons because
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't have
talent.
that.
It's a talent, and
Yeah.
I think Evelyn also has it, so she could give you that as well.
Okay. Even when it's not in my skill tree.
I mean, yeah, it's a general
It's
talent.
general.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
general.
Okay.
As a general.
Okay. Cool. Then let me see where it is. Now I need to drag that.
So
Does
while he's
anybody on the crew
Search. How
have
about
a
that?
pack
Heavy.
mule?
pack mule,
I do.
okay, well then there you go.
Oh, thank you. I'd be learning
I
that.
sent a
Thank you.
screenshot of my talents in the chat.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
excellent. And I know somebody else has a rapid reload. I definitely need that as well. So I'll be taking those
Yeah,
too.
Martin has it.
At least I think. Yep, there it is. I have it, so I teach you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other talents or anything going on during this first little stretch of downtime?
That's all from me for now.
Okay. So, um, yeah, if that's the case, then you guys make it to Anchor Point Station, um, and just to streamline it. So you'll recruit some of the mercs there, and then I guess the rest when you go back to Earth because you've got some stuff going on at Earth. So first, you drop off Tommy as well as Webb and Stykes. All three, thank Gunny profusely. Well, Gunny and by extension the rest of the crew for getting them out of there. And Tommy says, I mean, obviously once the two station staff are away, he says that he'll wire you your cut once he gets it, and I'll say that within like not too terribly long, he does fulfill his end of the bargain. So the party as a whole makes $10 million. So I will add that to the group loot actor, assuming it is actually synced. Let me just double check. Okay, it is synced, so I'll just update the money. So you now have, hold on, what is it? You now have 11 million something or other. Okay, so you pick up some of the mercs. In this case, I will simplify it by saying the ones you get are just the first four. Um, so the first one is a recently familiar face to Emily, an ex-Colonial Marine Corps captain named Cassandra Mitchell. A
Ex-Marine or a former Marine?
ex, like she was a Colonial Marine officer and basically retired. So
Okay, so that's former.
well, yeah, that's what I mean. To me, it's interchangeable.
Oh,
So then
believe me, they make it different.
so
They're picky about that.
right. Well, I'm not. So, um,
Okay.
but yeah. So then there's another one is a former Canadian Colonial Armed Forces combat medic, um, who's not as cliche and um, you know intellectually challenged as Eldad, but um,
Oh.
another one is Tommy actually recommends a friend of his, um, a fellow hacker named Makoto Kasami, who is like a yakuza, like basically cyber criminal for hire. And the last one is Mina Gurnani, who is former Royal Marine Commando smart gunner from India.
Stay out of my way.
Yeah, well, she actually, says in more of like a British accent because Indian people. Like
Yes.
when I went to the UK 2 years back for Christmas, like I mean, the frequency of it, like I'm saying this disclaimer just as a fact, not to sound like insensitive. Like the ratio of you know Indian people in the UK was kind of like African American folks in the US. Just a little bit of trivia for anybody who hasn't been there.
Yep.
I mean,
Sure enough.
courtesy of being a Commonwealth member at one point or another. That's just kind of an interesting thing.
You can call it the colony just fine, because that's
Well,
what it was.
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just saying it was part of the British Empire, so I mean,
Yes.
it makes sense that they would kind of mingle and move into different places.
Yes.
So
Yep.
anyway, so that little bit of trivia aside, so you got Gurnani, Mitchell, like Cassandra, Duncan, and Makoto joining your crew, and that's part of Horgus' bill. Because he's in character when he gets the bill, he's like, "Good goddamn shit!" Like his eyes bug out of his head. Um, but we'll get to that bridge when we get to it. Um, so is there anything anybody else wants to do at Anchor Point specifically? Because I will note that there's like a civilian market there, but not a black market.
So we wouldn't be able to get weapons.
Well, you could
Real
get like
sorry.
civilian kind of weapons, but like any kind of like assault weapons, no.
Yeah, not the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have the the Goran pistol? I don't
Uh,
see it in
Gorham
our.
Magnums, yeah. I mean, Horgus has one.
But I don't see it in our ship inventory, so I guess we could
You could
get.
buy one. I mean, let's
Yeah,
see if I
yeah.
mean, I'll put a civilian market token
What
at
about
Anchor Point. What now?
What about the crits?
Yeah, you could get medical attention. That's fine.
Okay.
yeah? By the time we get there and everything, time-wise, things should be healed up. I suspect. Oh yeah, Agnes is gonna ask, can he have some allowance cash for spending?
I mean, you just got paid like $10 million, so um, like what I'll do is in terms of the group loot, well, first I'm gonna paste this market here. Just look at a random PC and see how much money. So Martin has, yeah, that. So what I'll do is in terms of the group inventory, like how much money you have, uh, I'll say that Gunny gives you, like, shit, this isn't the full number, so maybe, yeah, like 700K. I mean,
Goddamn,
because
sir, you won't
just
regret it.
just for reference, because I mean, number one, like by comparison, like Arthur has $729,000, Martin has over a million, so that's kind of chump change for you guys at this point, especially with what you just got paid. So he gives like, no, don't spend it all in one place. Welcome to the Steel Talons. Um, and
Thank you, sir.
so I'm gonna just deduct that from group loot. So so yeah, you get 700K, and then that'll drop that to that. Um, so yeah, civilian market. If you're looking for a Gorham, they do have Gorhams in stock. Ammo. I mean, you do have like an ammo press on the ship, so you're basically limited to like how much you can carry. With some,
Oh, so for reloads, for the other guns as well, we don't have to buy them
yeah, that was
separately.
something
I
that was a
forgot
point of
that.
frustration. So Horgus was saying like, can we just buy like an ammo press for like $1 million? And I said sure. And the
Oh,
caveat is
yeah,
that you're basically you're limited by how much ammo you can carry. So it's not like we're gonna just have like a giant crate of reloads sitting in our APC kind of deal. So,
of course.
but yeah, you don't have to worry about like buying reloads. You just worry about buying the guns.
Beautiful. Okay then. Is it the written price for the Goram or is it plus or minus?
It's the price listed in the civilian market for the Gorham. Because basically, if you look at
Understood.
these handouts, like I have like shop modules, that you can look at it, and then I think it's like your token has to be next to it, so I'll just drag Agnes's token adjacent to it. And then like if you select yourself and then you open the market, you should be able to just buy the item.
Sorry, how do I select the market?
You should be able to just double click it, no?
Is it the icon there? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I just got it up. Nice. And I click just the button, but oh god, that's so cool. Damn, I found it. Nice. Okay, I just got it. Is it in my inventory? Yes, it is.
There you go. And then just, as many reloads as you're willing to carry, and then you're in business.
Yep.
Um, so while that's, so I mean, is anybody else doing any shopping or?
I'm not really sure if I need
Yeah.
anything. Other
Uh,
than, let's see, hand grenades maybe? Is that possible?
yeah, because in
But
terms of that was actually something Gunny wanted to do as part of his loot, like loot list. So he wanted to buy suits for the new crew members for because there's 8 of them that he's going to recruit. Um,
I think
and
that's a moot point. We got 50 of them.
well, but he wants the good suits, the Eco 2s. So he was he was very specific about it, said Lance Henriksen. Um,
Yeah.
so um, so basically he wanted to buy fucking 8 Eco 2 suits, which would be let me see, hold on, 2,000. 20,000 times 8 would be
160.
160k, yeah, which is cheaper than my initial math, but I was mistaken. So, okay, so that's what's up?
I was just gonna ask, do we have like a supply of like hazmat suits on the ship?
To my knowledge,
On the
no.
Avalanos?
To my knowledge,
No.
no.
Okay.
Like if it is not specifically in your cargo hold, then no.
Okay. Yep. That's
I mean,
fine.
you can buy some if you want, but
Yeah,
well,
I mean, it
actually,
wouldn't.
shit, I do see 2 hazmat suits there.
Yeah, we do
Mhm.
have hazmat suits in the ship.
I was mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, it can't hurt to just have like a stock of them in case we would need them. I doubt we'll be going into anything that's really hazardous, but better
Maybe
safe
we
than sorry.
maybe we can exchange the UPP combat suits for the hazmat ones, numbers wise, or something like that. A bit.
I will
They're not
note
too
because
expensive.
this is something that I mean one NPC or another would actually point out that given that you guys just looted an enemy ship, selling a whole bunch of stolen enemy ships or stolen enemy uniforms is probably not the best move.
Yeah. And besides, they only cost like 1,000 each. So
Which
to
is
pick
chump
up like
change for you
50,
guys.
yeah, just be like 50k.
Okay. Yep. Then we should pick up enough for all of the PCs.
Yeah, if you want to do that, how much are they?
It says well, it shows up as undefined in the thingy,
Yeah,
but
well, how much
when
is
you
it in
click
the
on it,
item list?
it's 1,000.
Okay, 1,000 each, and you're buying. So are you buying just for the PCs or for every crew member?
Let's say for every crew member,
Okay,
and I can
okay,
actually let's just do like around 50, so we have extras and like
okay. Well, then I guess change the military hazmat suit. Like delete like. Yeah, I'm just saying this to Evelyn specifically so we don't have multiple people accidentally doing it. Evelyn, delete one of the hazmat suits and then just change the number like parentheses times 50 like I did for the compression suits. Just so you guys know, and then
sure.
deduct the money accordingly. um,
Yep.
so let's see, what
Um,
else did Drill Sergeant Horgus want to do? Well, let's see. Well, he does, he's saying like, when you guys are done shopping, we need to get some real shit. In terms of like alluding to, it's like we need better weapons and armor for our working shows and for our new crew. And in terms of, let's see, so, oh Jesus Christ, yeah, I'm thinking, Tom, why do you got to give me so much homework, man? So he basically he wanted to buy like flame units and like heavy incinerators and smart guns for every single new character. Uh,
Egos wouldn't mind having a close encounter with the smart gun.
because basically he wants, well, he was saying, I mean, with you, because you already had your heavy incinerator, like, basically he wants, um, the working Joes to have smart guns and heavy incinerator. Oh, yeah, and he also wants them to have fucking M3 armor. Um, and for all of the crew members he wants to hire, because, like I said, half of them you hired, at Anchor Point, and then the other half you'll get at Earth. Because that's one of the places you wanted to go. So, uh, yeah, so he basically, okay, so heavy incinerator. So what I'll do is I'll drag let's see how much money he has. Well, nowhere near as much money as I thought. Oh, that's the wrong sheet. There we go. That's more realistic. So I'll buy the flame units from Horgus sheet because I mean he wants to do it anyway. So and he has almost $1 million. So I mean
Damn.
yeah, worst case scenario, you guys just got paid 10 million, so he could just take it out of that. I'm just trying to simplify it, especially with his idea. So let's see. Um, so how do I do that as a player, or as a GM rather?
Oh, I'm laughing so hard just imagining the damn working Joes in M3 armor with heavy incinerators and smart guns. He's creating his personal mini army of bodyguards. Horgus will never have to shoot again. He just has to be the center, surrounded by working Joes.
Well, he specifically said he wants to have the working Joes as like ship security. Like he doesn't want them as like his private like battlefield security force. Um, he just wants like them guarding the ship, which I mean doesn't make sense because he also hired a bunch of NPCs to guard the ship. And I'm like, I think you're kind of overcompensating there, my guy. But I mean, he's a captain, so.
A Xeno swarm wouldn't be able to get in the ship now.
Yeah, like he just. Oh my god. Um, and then Mike somehow finds a way to drive the Terra truck through the hallways. God forbid. Anyway, so all right, so he's gonna. Let's see. How do I buy the item? Do I just what is this? Click the gear? No, that's just settings. Um, oh, that's just visibility. Fuck. How do I buy items? Um, well, that's a problem. I don't think I can as a GM. So what I will do is
Buy for you.
I'll just open a different tab of Foundry, log in as Horgus, and then hopefully that'll let me spend like buy shit with his money. And like I said, it's just he can spend his own if he objects to that, then he can just get money from the party funds. So it's whatever. Um, so let's see. So logging in as him just so he can buy shit for his like army. Okay, let's see. So Horgust market. Okay, yeah, there it is. It lets him buy stuff. So buy. Let's see. I mean, I guess buy all 8. Yeah, like in terms of Terminus, like so what'll be all. So let's just see. He buys all 8 of those. Jesus, like imagine the shopkeeper who just sees this man walk in and buy all these like industrial flamethrowers. That's funny. Anyway, so let's see. Open the Avalanos. Um, so he has fucking how many incinerators? Um, so there's the one, and then he adds another 8 to like, cause he was carrying one of his own, and then um, how many heavy incinerators? So 7 plus 8 is 15. So that should be more than sufficient for as far as um, incinerator units go. Now, as for um, other stuff, is there anything anybody else wants to do at Anchor Point, or do you want to move to your next destination?
Well, maybe yeah, a black market to get the rest of the things that Horgus wants.
Yep.
Maybe we'll chip in as well.
So, all right. So let me see which. Yeah, UA Black Market. That one has that. Okay. Oh, does it have? Because he also wanted fire grenades. He was like obsessed with that, like Hitler with Stalingrad. But
Fire grenades might be fun.
I mean, they are good.
They sound
For drenching a zone in fire. I mean, that's how he killed his rifle.
Yeah, they are really fun though.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're not hearing me argue about that, but I mean, especially the fun in the terms of like Miller, how Miller's screaming, chill, like Anakin is just fucking burning to a crisp.
Okay, is it my internet or is Cody lagging out?
Yeah, I also heard it. It was kind of
It's
Okay.
probably Cody's.
Ah,
I heard it too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a little 2-second like.
Shit.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Now it sounds okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just for a
It
second.
was just for a moment.
Oh, thank fuck. But yeah, I was just reminiscing on Horgus fucking incinerating Miller and how funny that was.
Oh yes.
Miller got screwed.
Like how
Yeah, nobody there.
Horgus tried to fucking kill the alien queen by throwing a fucking grenade in the room, even though the queen was hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'll
That's what
save you,
made it
Miller,
more
by
violent.
burning you to ash. So
But then the funny
That's
part
one
was
way to
that
kill.
like I think he did end up setting the queen on fire was the even
Yeah.
funnier.
Yeah, you did.
Well, then that was and then that was after he got trapped in the room with the queen, and he was like, "No, I want to fight her."
Mhm.
Okay, so anyway, so yeah, Indiana Jones red line on the map as you travel to the nearest black market, which, yeah, I mean, well, speaking of which, yeah, because I think we established it was like because we've done black markets in a profoundly long time. It's like a -2 manipulation or comtech. So Evelyn, if you want to do the comtech part, and then Gunny will do um, the fucking what is it, the manipulation component. Also, by the way, if anybody has any story cards, like agenda/story cards from Heart of Darkness, feel free to delete them because they're irrelevant now.
Mhm.
Let's see, so manipulation, so I'm going to roll /R, because he has maxed out, so -2 would be 8d6. He succeeded, so,
Everything's
well, you don't
active.
need to roll because he actually succeeded.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
So, I just rolled it for him in the inevitable case that he might fail, so, but he didn't, so that's good. So, yeah, you guys make it to, um, yeah, compared to Agnes, like small man, big ego. Um, yeah, so anyway, so black market, and then again, the prices here are consistent. The caveat is that they, I mean, with the black market, they're more expensive. There's a 50% like price dial up. So, uh, Horgus is like, "Give me every smart gun you have, and fire bombs too." And the guy like, hands like giant, like has a power loader bring over like not a massive crate, but like a box that would be way too heavy for one person to lift.
Oh my god.
It's like, no, put it in the ship. And so let's see. So I'll have Horgust. Let's see.
Agnes will buy a spare one for personal use. Why not?
One of the smart guns.
Since we're on a shopping tree. Yeah, yeah. I have
Okay.
the
Well,
cash.
did you already buy it? Okay,
No,
there
I
it
did.
is. Okay, now you did. All right. So, yeah. So Horgus. Let's see. Smart gun, and then right, I have to do it from the from like his point of view. So let's see. So I'll just do that. Um. So let's see. Fire bombs. This will be a fine addition to his collection. Am I able to queue up multiple things? Nope. Or actually, oh, I hit the wrong thing. Maybe I can't.
You're cutting out for us, Cody.
Yeah, I disconnected and reconnected. That keeps happening lately. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, yep.
Yep.
It's all fine
Okay.
now.
The same thing happened that it was happening in Emily's game on Thursday that I was disconnected. And also, Grayson, to answer your question, yes.
Ooh.
Like all the paranoia and all the stuff from Heart of Darkness is gone because you're no longer adjacent to the black hole. Um,
Yeah.
so let's see.
Oh yeah, a fun fact, all of the ship names for the UPP ones, I remember reading it somewhere, they're literally translated, well, not translated, but written phonetically in Russian swear words. It's
Yep,
kind
that
of
is true. That is
childish,
true.
but hilarious at the same time.
All right, so Horgust, yeah, he adds more weapons to his collection and is gonna just, you know, chuck them offhand into the back of the Avalonos.
We have so many armaments in those ships that if, God forbid, they explode or they get wrecked somehow, it will be a supernova. People from the other side of the Middle Heavens will see that and be like, "God,
There'd be nothing left.
We don't need a faster than light drive. All we need is somebody to chuck a cigar into the into the giant pile of artillery. Um,
we won't need no rocket to go FTL."
yeah, where we're going, we don't need a displacement drive. So hold on, I think he brought 3 of those. So let's see that, and then if I can drag the smart gun into the Did I drag it in the Avalanus? I apparently did not, so I'll fix that.
Hope the working Joes won't be smoking in the cargo bay.
No, no, they're just using e-cigarettes. So let's see. Add the fire bomb grenades. Where is the? And he bought 3 of them. So let's see. So you've got like fucking 15 incinerator units and 2 smart guns. There's a bit of a contrast between them. Is anybody buying anything else at this market?
Nope.
Nope. I think we're ready to endanger some species.
Yeah, here's hold on, where is the so I mean this in terms of Horgus, like, cause he wants to keep going to black markets, and imagine this, like this scene, but with guns. I need more guns. I need more guns, he says. Um,
Oh yeah.
He said from his truck.
Yeah.
I need to break
Ghost.
more firearms ownership laws. I need to renew my NRA membership. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Yeah.
but so anyway, he says that we're going to another American black market, this one. So off goes the Avalanos. Again.
Is that the
Um,
Interstellar Rifle Association?
Wait, he's going to another black market?
yes, he just was. Well, actually reminds me, he was going to get the armor. Let me just double check the.
The M3 armors he wanted.
Yeah, because he wanted to get armor for the Working Joes and armor for the. Yeah, so they have M3 armor, and I'll just say you can buy all of it because I don't want to fucking worry about it. Hold on, what? So that's $7,200 total for 6 suits of M3, and how the fuck much money does he have?
And they probably recognize us by now.
We should get
Oh
a
man,
loyalty card discount.
Like, there we go.
who?
Those
Welcome
my
back,
schedule by now.
Horgus.
Oh, they have sharp rifles.
Yep. Um, so anyway, so I need to, let's see. He has that, and I need to do like some math real quick. So let's see. That minus $7,200 is that, and then that, and then I'll add the suits, or I'll add the armor, and then worry about kitting out the NPCs later because he just loves giving me homework. M3 personnel armor. And then where is it located? There it is. I might actually do like a cartoon, like just even like if it's just a drawing of the thing. Horgus go, I need more guns. Oh, I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but anyway.
And Martin looks at the Horkins and goes like, "We're not in the Matrix. We need guns, lots of guns."
I saw this video. I mean, granted it was airsoft, but like they made like a throne out of guns, and that's what Horgus is sitting on in the bridge.
Yeah.
Like he built this massive elaborate throne out of fucking guns. Um, so yeah, and then like you know how like those like sort of like tribal things will have like can't like not necessarily like candles, but like totem poles with fire on them. Like those are like lit flamethrowers
Oh
with
yeah.
violet lights. So um yeah, for Big Kahuna Horgust with all of his guns. Um, so let's see. So the black market. Evelyn, do you want to do the
Um,
contact roll first? -2. Hello.
had to get the sharp rifle from the last place since we don't have one, and it's a travesty not to have at least one of all of their guns. He's gonna keep it in personal locker
Yeah, make
until
sure
we
Horgus
see
doesn't
how to
see
use it.
it, so he doesn't have to do his collection. So, Emily, you there?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll
Apparently.
take. All right. Oh yeah, right, because she said she'll be back. All right, my bad. So I'll just roll /R 8. Oh no, not 9. 8d6. Okay, he succeeded. So you got a success. All right, so you guys find another black market, and I think this one has. I'll refresh the stock because it would be different. The problem is they're all linked, so I have to like reset it each time you go to one. And I'm not used to Horgus saying we will scour every single black market until I find all the guns that I want. But that's what he said he wanted to do, so I will respect him, like his wishes as a player. So let's see. Okay, and items. So, oh, look at that, 4 smart guns and a bunch of fire bombs. So, um,
Not anymore.
We are creating a smart gun shortage in the black market in the middle heavens, man.
Dude, if a fucking like ICC like if inspectors like law enforcement sees your ship, you guys are finished. Like I swear.
We have nowhere to hide that shit, man.
No, it's like Futurama things. Like I'm sure this is all a misunderstanding, and then all the shit falls out of Bender's like pockets or like his wherever he had all the stuff he was shoplifting. And that's Horgan's like, I'm sure
Yeah,
there's a reason that just like this massive shelf of guns falls by.
yeah, the Bender thing. He was wearing like a big sweater and was just
Oh
stuffing
yeah,
things
because
down.
he was smuggling all the oil cans. I remember now. And that's basically Horgus. Like all of his guns just fall out, and he said like I said, there's a reasonable more guns fall. Okay, anyway, so but yeah, just for reference, Evelyn. So he bought out all the smart guns at the one black market. We're now at another one, and he wants to buy them all again. So let's see. He has. All right, so there are 4 more smart guns to add to his collection and 5 fire bombs, and he says he wants to buy a bunch of that um, from his list. Let me just because basically the list. So he wants to repair the damage to the Avalanus, which will have Evelyn do a machinery roll in a sec. Bought the suits for the new
The
crew members.
mantis.
What?
Well, wasn't the mantis
The
the
Mantis, the
damage?
Joker's Wild did get damaged as well. Yeah, that's going to need to be repaired as well. Um,
We do have parts.
but yeah, you got plenty of parts now. So um, oh yeah, and he also wanted to buy the sentry guns. So I almost forgot about that. Because I think there were sentry guns at the last thing, and I accidentally refreshed. I'll be nice and uh, give it to him. But hold on, I got to deal with these fucking smart guns first. So let's see.
We have we have 3 sentry guns on the Avalanos.
Oh, you've already got 3 of them. Shit. Then he's
Oh no,
well,
4. We got 4 somehow.
hold on. I think he wanted to save some of those for like missions and or the ship. He just wanted to like pimp his ride with sentry guns. So all right, buy that. He's gonna buy that. Oh shit, I didn't mean to buy just one. I meant to buy all 4. So
Whatever you be planning, Cody, for the next encounters, I
yeah,
suggest you double or triple the enemies or something.
yeah, it's gonna be like the Ted offense or not the Ted. It's like Kason with uh yeah, I don't know, but yeah, whatever. Long story short, massive fucking siege potentially. It's gonna be like Blitz and his character's nightmares about the meth monkeys and Emily's game. Okay, so
Great.
That's the new one.
Oh God, oh Christ, you missed. Yeah, that's Blitz's character's gimmick is that he once had to fight off a bunch like meth infected monkeys, or like monkeys on meth that were also infected or some crazy shit that my character Cassandra just did not care
Pink
about
bear.
at all. Yeah, well that too, but okay. Anyway, so Avalanos, so Gunny bought 4 smart guns. Um, so I'll delete those from his sheet and add them here. So another um hold on, wasn't there more than one? Or did Agnes take one?
Oh, I took one.
Uh,
I swapped out my regular pulse rifle for the smart gun.
Oh, I
This
thought
could
you were gonna
actually
take a
do with
heavy
my
pulse
heavy
rifle.
weapons. I decided to take the smart gun
That's
instead.
fine. Okay. So, well, so you've now got 5 smart guns, and for the fire bombs, he bought 5 reloads of that, and then um, uh, yeah. So now we're up to
yeah,
8.
Agnes bought his own smart gun
Yeah, that's. I
on
mean,
the platform.
I knew you bought one. I just couldn't remember like what you were doing with it. So. Okay, let me think. So in terms of the sentry guns, just to remind myself of how much they would actually cost, I'm gonna remove all the shit from this table and roll all. How much would the sentry gun be? Oh, there are 5 of them. But he said he wanted to buy 2, so
This is getting out of hand.
yeah. No,
He
believe me,
doesn't want to buy
I don't
all
want
of
to
them.
be doing this, but he fucking insisted on buying like a shitload of guns.
We have at least 4 on our ship already, but what?
And
4
how many
more?
smart gunners do we have?
Well, let me put it this way. He wanted to arm so all of okay, so you recruited you have the 6 working Joes and you have the 8 new crew members that you recruited. Well, 4
Mm-hmm.
now and then 4 when you get back to Earth. He wanted to arm all of those people with smart guns and or incinerators. And as for the sentry guns, well, the Terra truck that he bought like way back, yeah, he wants to fucking bolt sentry guns onto it and turn it into like a battle bus.
As it should be.
So
Stop
that's
agreeing with them.
Agnes likes wheels and guns.
And flags. And there we go.
She's an enabler. What can I say?
It's Voden.
Well, I mean, by this point, it's like you've got so much money, and Horkers will say like, "Well, if they don't have it at the black market, then we'll go to the next black market and the next." It's like, I mean, I can't really stop him. I mean, aside from
It's
him
gonna
to
be
have,
banned one time probably. Like we name a casino. Like no,
uh,
sir, you've done too much
yeah,
damage here.
yeah, you watch at one point, the fucking he's going to show up and during the middle of like an FBI raid or something.
He's probably
Still exists.
single-handedly doing more to fight the common pirates than the marshals can do because it's buying up all of the heavy shit. Pirates are gonna just have to use fucking sticks and stones.
Well, it's like I mean, the thing with Horkers is like um, yeah, in terms of yeah, like he shows up as like, well, it's like I wasn't here to buy any guns. And I was like, oh, Horgus, like the arms is like, oh, Horgus, what are you doing here? Just completely undermines his story. So,
Yeah.
okay, so he bought the sentry guns for his fucking monster truck. Oh, actually, no, I didn't add those yet. I got a whole sidetrack making jokes. Okay, how the fuck much were they? 1,800 a piece. So that's $3,600. Can somebody add 2 sentry guns to the sheet while I calculate Horgus money?
We can just change the number in the one we already have.
Oh, there's a quantity. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. So hold on,
If there is
36.
4 of them,
Yeah, cause
I can do it. I will do it then.
thank you.
Yeah, we need to combine since there are 2 separate ones.
Oh, I
Sentry
didn't know.
gun 3 quantity and sentry gun 1. So we'll delete this one and add to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
just have
And how
6.
many extra are you buying?
He's buying 2 because he wanted to buy 2, like to pimp out his.
Okay, then so total of 6.
Yep. So because you had a bunch. Well, not really a bunch, but several before. Um, so okay, so added, so deducted that money.
Yep.
And then let's see, what else did he want? Um, a head-mounted sight, which I think, well, I mean, I'm not gonna continue the shopping spree. I mean, if he wants a head-mounted sight, I mean, you guys, I'm pretty sure you already have some. You could just use one. So anyway, so is there anything anybody else wants to do or buy before recalling, like, returning to Earth?
I think we looted the black market
Yeah,
fairly
you bought
fairly
about
thoroughly.
half of the guns in the Middle Heavens, so, or it certainly feels like you have. So, like like for reference, you have a class, I think like class 5 hangar, like size 5 hangar, and it's probably all entirely full of guns. Um,
Oh yeah.
the ship can't, like, even though the ship has planetfall capacity, it can't land because the guns, the amount of gravity, it'll pull it to Earth and crash.
August August is becoming one of those people in math questions. They have like 1,000 mangoes or some shit.
Horgus has 1,000 guns. The NRA confiscates 5,000. How many does he have? And the answer, too many.
We need a ship just dedicated to
Okay.
carrying all of these guns. Like, just store them.
No, I just thought of an even better joke.
Mm.
Horgus has 10,000 guns. The ships get raided by, space ATF. How many years will the crew get in fucking jail?
I'm gonna give everybody it's a fucking between the joke that Summer made, and then that, 2 total story points. Just Jesus Christ. I think Evelyn's is funnier. Like, how many years has he spent?
Specifically Fort Jail, where
Where
Simmons
Simmons
where Simmons was taken.
How many years is he spending in Skyfire too? And then another math problem following that is how much orbital debris does he have to dodge on a 7-day, like on a work week, which is basically every day. Oh my
So how
god.
many story points?
2 total. Oh my god.
That was an off the
Hargis will be a legend for math problems.
that was off the cuff. I thought about that for all of 5 seconds, and I'm
Well,
surprised how well.
well, I mean,
See how see how it gets traction? Just like that.
oh my god.
Thank God we're doing this at Black Market, so we'd be on a list.
Well, here's the thing: is in terms of like, yeah, if there was like a math textbook, like for like the Horgus Armel, like, School of Math, the cover has like the whole gunny points, like, I want you to stop whining and do your math.
Yep.
The kids would
Like
love
the
it.
You will
George
not laugh.
Washington
You will
election
not cry.
papers.
I will teach you. Okay. Anyway.
Hargis the accountant.
Oh god. Okay. So, the last thing on this list, and this is actually plot relevant. Um, Well,
You're
yeah,
telling me
no,
1,000 smart guns, incinerators, and sentry guns are not plot relevant?
apparently not. It's just because he's like a teenage girl who got daddy's credit card, and instead of buying stuff at the mall, he just goes to ammunition. He buys the store. Um, but anyway, so so Horgus, he radios, like he sends a communication backer, like as you guys are heading to Earth, um, after coming out of cryosleep, he's like, Becker, it's Horgus. Boy, have I got news for you. Obviously alluding to the incident 26 Draconis. And Becker, because I'm assuming, well, would you guys, be at the bridge waiting, or like just kind of chill and see what's going on, or are you going to be doing different things, just so I know who to focus on?
I just would
Oh,
like to be in the bridge, probably. Looking around.
Okay. Um, well, basically, let me shorten the list. Is there anybody who wouldn't be in the bridge?
Have we already dealt with the ship repairs?
No, we haven't. Thank you for reminding me. So the Avalanos. Here's another math problem. Probably not, but um, the Avalanos has 1 point of damage, so that's just a heavy machinery roll, and each success does the whole damage. Component-wise, um, the instrument malfunction is going to need a Comtech roll and one electric part. So we'll deal with the Avalanos first, because the Joker's Wild also got banged up. So have you done the roll yet? I'm just make sure it isn't like
Oh,
lagging on mine, because I need a heavy
oh,
machinery
not
roll
yet.
and then a Comtech roll.
Yep. Um, for the heavy machinery roll, would I be able to use the bolt gun to give me a bonus?
Yes, I think we established that the bolt gun is particularly handy for like bolting like replacement plates onto the Avalanos. So yes, the bolt gun would give you
Yep.
a bonus.
Cool. That doesn't apply, and everything else is inactive. So heavy machinery.
Wow, nice. Very nice. My God. Um, let's see. Um, well, I mean, what do you want to do with your stunts?
Um, I guess I'll use a couple to cut down the time it takes to do the
Yeah, that'd
repairs,
be a
because I
good one,
think
because it would
usually
take
it's
like a
like,
shift.
yeah. Oh, and that's even forgot to add the. I don't know if intense focus would work,
It would,
but
because it would take a shift to do, and
yep, that's even without intense focus.
even without intense focus, yeah, you just totally aced it.
Mhm.
So is that all for the heavy machinery?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think?
And then Comtech roll, and intense focus would apply to that as well, because again, repairing ship parts would take a long time.
Yep. Um, do the electronic tools count for doing
Yes,
like the that
for
stuff?
repairing
Okay.
the Comtech, like the module on the ship. Yes.
Yep. So that's active, and nothing else will clash. So, excuse me. +2.
Jesus.
We may have possibly overcome the slump that was
Yeah,
last
no
session?
shit.
Question mark. Possibly.
Hopefully, I mean, 4 successes twice in a row is pretty goddamn good. Um, okay, well, contact. I mean, I'm assuming you want to like cut down on the time if that's a stun. I can't remember if it is.
Yep, you do it quickly.
Okay. Um, or alternatively, do you want to give yourself a +1 to fixing the contact damage on the Joker's Wild?
Yeah, let's
Because
do
I would
that.
count that if you want to have a little more practical use for your stuns. Okay, so the Joker's Wild, the AI core is offline, which is going to take 3 contact rolls, actually.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Before you do, let me just double check. Terms of damage, component damage, because I just want to make sure it's okay. So, um, how do you repair it? Does it say somewhere? Ship repairs. Yeah, there it is. Um, so okay, so if several skill rolls are listed, only one may be made per shift, so it's going to take you 3 shifts to fix it.
Okay.
But you can do the 3 rolls now if you want. Just
Yeah,
remember
of
to
course.
add
I
whatever
gotta do that.
bonuses you use from leftover successes.
Yep. So that was, I used 1 for half the time.
You got like
And then
2
I'll put the
extra.
other 2 into. Yep. I'll put those others into +1s. So I'll
Okay.
use 1 +1 on one roll, 1 on the other.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Um, so electronic tools would work.
Mm-hmm.
Would I get the bonus from the diagnostic device to repair the core?
The diagnostic device is mainly for like, troubleshooting hacking systems. This is more like physical repair, which is why the electronic tools help.
Okay. Yep, that's perfectly
And
fine.
intense focus again would help with this because it's going to take a whole shift for each of these 3 rolls. Actually, does somebody want to help her? Like
I
anybody with
could.
at least 1 point of Okay, so Summer and Martin, you have
I get
contact, right?
contact. I can help.
I've got 9 in contact. Yes.
So yeah, you can help
Yes.
Evelyn. So basically, all
2
3 of you are helping her. So add
would
your
be,
+3 in addition to all the other shit.
yep, so that'd be 5 total. Wait, so 2 from intense focus.
3
6
from help.
actually.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
1 from the tools. Again? Jesus.
Are we sure it's not bugged?
Well, if it's bugged,
I
I'm
mean,
I'm cool with it.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Um,
Well, for Orcus to see if it works. He will debug it.
Horgus
That's
to his
for sure.
manipulation rolls, or his command rolls. Okay, so I'll use 1 stunt to cut down on the time
and then the other 2 to give
necessary.
another point.
+1s. Yep. So I'll do again, like split them between. I'll do the second and the third. I'll +1 to each of those. So
Oh.
here's my second roll. So intense focus. +1, +2. Viewed another one. Will anyone be assisting me?
Another contact. Yeah.
So that's
Absolutely.
4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. After all the help. Jesus Christ.
Even more this time. Nice.
Yep. Yep, so I'll cut down the time again, and then let's do.
While
Oh
you're
yeah, I'll
doing
put
that, I
myself
thought of
plus.
another. I mean, it's a reference to something else, but another joke with Horgus and guns. Reminds me
Please.
of my first gun. I was the happiest 4-year-old in the county.
2, 3, 5.
But I digress. I was thinking about it because of the thought of Horgus being absolutely like like delighted by the fact that people are actually getting successful roles, and then that just made me think of him and his like like hoplophilia.
3,
which his character arguably takes to a greater extreme than I do, but that's a different matter. Okay, well that one wasn't as hot, but still, I mean.
Yep.
It
So yeah,
averaged
there's all
enough.
3 of them done. And
Okay,
I'll
so
just cut down the time on the last one.
Okay, well, good job. So all the did you delete the crits on the Avalonis? Well, the crit.
I have not yet.
Okay, feel free to delete the crit on the Avalonis and the Joker's Wild.
Yep. That and Joker's Wild.
All the both of your ships are ships that you stole from villains. That just occurred to me.
Loot it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just better. Everything's better when you steal it.
Your ship will make a fine addition to our collection.
That's the one thing he
Exactly.
doesn't hoard is ships. Like, cause he could have had massive. Like, I was like, why are you selling the Black Island? Don't you want a fleet? And surprisingly, he said no.
Okay, so that's repaired.
We'll change his mind eventually.
And there was no damage repair on the Joker's Wild, so.
Well, the Joker, yeah, there
They're
was no
both
damage, but there was the
right up to
mud.
snuff. Yep.
I mean, if we wanted to hoard ships, I don't think it would take too much convincing.
Well, the problem is that he's very. I mean, because we've had a conversation, is that Horkus is very concerned about like having a proper crew for each ship. And I don't just mean like the players. I mean in terms of like the NPCs. Like even on when we're doing Heart of Darkness, is saying we don't have enough, and I'm like, we've got like what 20 people. Like, how do you find not enough? And in total, like there was in total, I can't remember if it was before or after the additional people he hired. Like there were 38 fucking people in the crew.
You should just buy out a factory from Seegson of
Yeah,
working
just
drones
make it like
and then
own
stock the
like
ships
Battle Droid Workshop.
and have them stock the ships, and we can have as much ship as we want.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 already ready with about 10,000 more on the way. that type of shtick. I'm making all the Star Wars references today, apparently. We're all doing that.
Yep. Well, I'm mainly just making like gun jokes about Horgust. Given the, I'm saying I'm only doing that just given the sheer amount of shit that he wanted to buy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you repair the damage to the Avalonis. Is there any like downtime RP or any discussions that your characters want to have before you move to Earth and like the next kind of plot related thing happens? Other than saying like behind his back, gee, Horkus bought a lot of guns.
Agnes will just be exploring the ship, getting to know where all the guns, ammunition, hoarded.
Gee,
And
I
of course, yeah, the
sincerely
people
hope.
as well.
Gee, I sincerely hope we don't get stabbed in the back by our allies and we're all going to Skyfire down for the next 1,000 years.
Yeah, your fucking
Not gonna
grandkids are going to
happen.
be born in Skyfire Down. I mean, yeah,
It'll
if you
serve
go.
so long that 5 generations down the line we'll still be doing shit in Skyfire Down, boys. Sorry.
I'm good.
Okay. And in other news, I got a Discord notification that the Moho server, like the Discord server for the animation software I use, is being absolutely besieged with trolls and like spam accounts.
Damn.
Like,
That
I'm
sucks.
about to say, like, you guys need more moderators. One is not enough.
They only have one?
Yes, they only have one. One guy, and there's a
Oh.
guy spamming the N word, but styling it in the shape of the swastika. On top of like posting like explicit materials on, I mean, Jesus Christ, like one guy, if he's not around, it's like who's even moderating? Fucking idiots. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Sweet fuck. Okay, It's all about getting the right medication, man. But anyway, so you guys make it to Earth, um, and Horgus, makes it like, Becker, it's Horgus. I have got some news for you. And Becker, this comes definitely as a red flag to you guys. In the time that you all sans Agnes have known him, he says rather sternly, and I've got news for you. Make your way to the office. Don't keep me waiting.
Oh, okay.
What's going
Well,
on?
that can't be a good sign.
And Horgus is like, hopefully it didn't have anything to do with all the guns I bought.
I mean, all the guns I
I
didn't.
thought
All the guns-
you were doing
A little bit of reverse psychology there.
I was like, what? I didn't buy any assault weapons. I was like, whoever rat me out, I'm going to kill him with all my guns. So
This will be a fun conversation.
yeah. So yeah, so you guys make it to. I'm just still shell shocked by what I saw when I was pinged. I'm sorry. Um, but anyway, so you guys make it to the FBI office. The moment Mike hears Becker, he associates with his simpleton brain with, Sweet Home Abigail, um, and he makes preparations to borrow the squad's one of the squad's dropship. Well, honestly, no, he just ride with the um, with the party to the FBI headquarters. So he basically gets a cab and he goes back to the farm to hang out with his sister, wife, and the Reynolds brothers. While that is going on, I'm assuming you all, leave your weapons behind.
Of course.
Okay, because they do have
Yeah.
you haven't been there, Agnes, but they do have standard metal detectors and stuff. So trying to bring in weapons would be ill advised. So
Yeah, he's certainly
you,
nervous. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go back in any cell.
yeah,
He's not,
that's understandable. So basically, the the fucking you're given a clear a green light to go in, and Horgus reports like, Horgus, Steel Talons reporting in, and says it's like, now what's the news that you got for us, because I've got news for you. And Becker, so he has his nose in a PDAT, he's holding up a PDAT and he's reading it, and he hears you drop it, and then he drops it with a very loud plop and looks at you, and he definitely looks just decisively pissed off, and says well, I'll start by saying, what the hell were you guys thinking? And so, what? And I said, I gave you permission to go out there to restricted space to find something you were looking for, not to start a war.
What?
Uh-oh.
And Horgan's like, what you talking about, Becker? What war? And Becker basically, because as you saw before, when he showed you Michael Bishop's interview, he has a TV in his office, so he basically brings up a news broadcast from Interstellar News Network. The main headlines: ceasefire broken, UA UPP war declared. And
Oh shit.
yeah, the interview basically says, there's a newscaster. She's saying the UPP accused the following, an incursion and skirmish in through UPP territory. The UPP has accused the United Nations of an incursion in their territory that escalated an assault on a Union starship. And shown in the broadcast is plentiful visual evidence of the UPP's side of the space battle, including the Avalanos. Though interestingly, they did blur out Erebos Station for reasons unclear. The UPP accused the UA of breaking the ceasefire from the frontier war that happened a year ago. And they presented them with an abundance of evidence. The UA's leadership vehemently denied the allegations against them. And the UPP viewed that as further evidence of an American conspiracy, which eventually prompted them to launch a major assault on several key American systems, and that is a conflict which is still ongoing. So basically, a second frontier war has broken out.
Oh.
Oh shit.
And Horgus, like he's just watching it for a sec, and it's like, well, that ain't good. And Becker says, like, just keeping a lid on his temper, and he's just says, no shit, and says to you all, like, just kind of addressing the group as a whole. He's saying that this is an extremely severe situation that you've caused. By all rights, you should be prosecuted and jailed or worse. However, owing to how you helped put an end to the inhumane experiments and cruelty of Dr. Hemlock, Becker says that he's going to make sure you stay out of jail for this specific incident, but that's the favor he owes you. However, if you go around making it clear that you were responsible for this, then he's not going to protect you.
No, as far as I'm concerned, we weren't responsible for it at all. We told them who we were, and they didn't believe us. They didn't give a shit. So,
Well, the thing is to consider is, and Becker points this out, is that
I'm not taking on the blame for something that somebody else did or
well, here's
didn't
the
do.
thing.
Namely, they didn't listen.
Well, but you went through their territory in an American ship, and the thing is that you did choose to stay in the system when they showed up instead of leaving. So, like, theoretically, you could have gone there and left and not been caught, but you stayed in the system, and they caught you, and one thing led to another.
With that kind of logic, even breathing can be made a crime.
Even what?
Even breathing can be made a crime.
Well, I mean, the point is that you were caught. Like, you were caught in, after, like, I mean, yes, there are some elements of it that you aren't to blame for, namely the fact that, I mean, you did tell them who you were, but they didn't buy it.
Yes.
Like, you're not in the wrong for that, but the problem is that, it's still, like, all the evidence is shaping it to look like, you did what you did. So, like, meta knowledge, we know that that isn't necessarily the case, but in character, in universe, there's a lot of evidence.
In character and in universe, Martin would say the same thing. We told them who we were, and they didn't give a shit. They immediately started firing instead of coming on board and finding out that it was actually a bunch of mercs. Ooh, they just had to start shooting. Well, we shot back.
Well, actually,
and we were better at it.
You technically actually engaged them first. Like, you guys went first and went after them instead of retreating.
Oh, damn it.
I'm not backing down on this. We were in the right. They were about to attack us. We just shot them first, and we shot better. Nope.
I mean, that doesn't change the fact that a war broke out, though.
Not our fault. If these two entities wanted to go to war so badly, they would have done it over something else. This is merely an excuse.
Well, the thing is that, again, the evidence was presented to them that they saw an American ship passed through their territory, American ship attacked them, and, I mean, the thing is,
and we
I
told
mean,
them
again,
that we weren't Americans.
And they didn't believe
we
you.
told them, yes, and whose problem is that?
I mean, technically, I mean, the blame kind of lies in the middle. Given that, I mean, Horgus, I mean, like, he did do a roll, and he didn't get as many successes, so.
Yeah, he probably got 0.
No, he got 2, and the enemy got 3. So the enemy won the tie. Or not really a tie, technically. The enemy had more, so.
Oh.
That said, Becker, I mean, he is, like, you aren't going to jail for this.
For something we didn't do. Okay, good. Wow, I'm grateful.
Because I mean, in universe or like out of character again. I mean, there. I mean, there are different factors at play. I mean, I factored all of this in, and especially the fact that the UPP, like, when Evelyn, that's why I insisted that Evelyn get extra info, is because they sent out a distress signal that, from their perception of the situation, and their commanders got that, and, it kind of escalated.
Yep, it's a crap show either way, but sure, if we, let's dedicate our time to doing, let's forge into our next mission before we just point the fingers. It's not gonna get us anywhere. Oh dear.
Yeah, because like I said, I
Are we
mean,
recommended to lay low or something?
well, basically Becker is saying that, he, like, as long as you don't make it clear that you did it, it's not going to lead back to you because, he gave you authorization to go there. Granted, it was because, you know, 26 Draconis is not in UPP space. You would have to, the shortest way to it is to cross through it, but, you know, you would be passing through enemy territory and an enemy ship, well, enemy from their perspective. So he gave you authorization. That was kind of, a backroom deal that he gave you when Horgus asked, can we go out there and get the flight recorder? So basically, as long as you don't make it clear that you did it and or lead it back to him, you don't have to lay low or, face persecution. Does that make sense?
Understood.
And Becker made it clear that, like, in terms of the favor, I mean, he's really bending the rules, like, really bending the rules, based solely on your guys' heroic deed in dealing with Dr. Hemlock.
We'll make sure that they don't know it was us.
Which, pardon? What?
Agnes says we'll make sure that nobody knows that it was us who were part of the incident. We'll be careful next time.
Good, please do,
We'll try
he
to
says.
avoid. We'll try to avoid the APP as much as we can.
And then Horgust, basically he just concludes with his side of the news because basically just out of character what he wanted to deliver, what Tom wanted to deliver was saying that the basically the data that Dr. Webb created for the virus that wiped out the plague, that's what he wanted to give to him, so it's on record. So he gives that, and unless there's anything else anybody wants to say or do, you can recall to your ship. Is there anything anybody else wants to say or do?
Agnes will want to go away from the man dude as fast as he can.
Yeah, away from law enforcement in general, because it's like you just walked into the lion's den as a former prisoner.
Not his favorite place. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys recall to the Avalanos, and question: does anybody want to hear about Mike's time with his kin?
Agnes will ask. He'll try to be friendly. What you been doing there, Mike?
So, well, actually, who else here? Because I heard Summer and Craig, Emily and Marty. You guys still there?
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, I'm here.
Okay.
I was organizing something on my desk,
Right.
and I didn't want to crinkle
Okay.
paper
Fair enough.
going to the microphone.
So, but yeah, so Mike, so if Agnes is talking to Mike, Mike's like, well, hey, howdy there, Agnes. He says, since I've been gone, big game Bubba been hunted 3 more species to extinction.
Not bad.
And he says,
What
like
was
he
he
starts,
hunting?
what now?
What was he hunting?
Well, river dolphins, pygmy rhinos, golden retrievers. Me, I'm more of a all-wheel drive sort of hunter.
Oh, you like to do it from uh, from the safety of the wheels and
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mike says. He says, "I'll get this though." And he also took young Randall out on his first hunt. Randall just got out of jail after shooting some fellers. Judge made him promise not to do it again, but he lied. Shh, don't tell nobody though. He says, like doing like finger to lips. Don't tell nobody.
Understood. Want to keep safe.
So, yeah. Then he goes off to the vehicle bay to make sure, like to the garage, to make sure his vehicles are revved and ready to run over people. So, and I'll say that in terms of Horgust, he's probably going to be, like, as an NPC, he's going to be out and about, like, recruiting the other mercs, like the other four. Um, so, the newest additions to your crew, there is Sam Owens, nicknamed Tech, who is former Imperial Armed Space Forces, like a starship engineer. Sean Wells, who is a former Royal Marine Commando scout. Taylor O'Neill, who is like a heavy weapons, like Seaburn specialist, and then Terrence Johnson, nicknamed Sarge, who is a former U.S. Army sergeant.
Nice.
So, if anybody wants to interact with any of those people or just do something else, I'll go down the list. So, Evelyn, what are you doing?
Besides just, like making sure everything's in order before we head off from, this place, just, you know, she'll say like a hi to the new people, but otherwise just, busy work around
Right.
the ship.
Okay.
Let's I'll distract myself from the fact that, oh no, we could be in deep trouble. Oh boy.
Okay.
Channel little Mike Reynolds there,
Yeah.
or the Reynolds
Yep.
clan.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah. As long as you don't go the way of Randall and wind up in jail.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Um.
definitely.
Yeah, because also I don't know if you caught it, but he some of his family members have nicknames, namely Big Game Bubba the Hunter, who most recently
Sounds
caused the
like it's
I am
extinction.
going well.
I am not surprised.
He caused the I don't know if you caught it, Emily, but yeah, he caused the extinction of river dolphins, pygmy rhinos, and golden retrievers.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
Yep.
really went like, what the fuck with the
yeah,
color retrievers? They're no more.
yeah. Well, that don't matter, Big Game Bubba. Anyway, so that's what Evelyn is doing. Summer, what's up with you? What are you doing, like, while you're just chilling
Um,
in Seoul?
just gonna take a look at all the the new weapons.
All the guns.
Yeah, just take a look.
Yeah, I mean, while the Horgus is away, the crew will play, I guess.
Exactly.
Just watch out for all the human-sized mouse traps he set all around the guns.
She's a scout. I'm sure she's
Do a
fine.
mobility roll. I'm just kidding. All right, so you're just like, are you actually just kind of looking at the guns, or are you gonna, kind of do good old strategic transportation of equipment to alternate location?
A little bit, yeah. You know,
Okay,
it's
what are you
some
stealing?
secondary. Oh, I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, check the modules
Uh,
and upgrades of the Avalanos, the cargo, and because you got
there's so
fucking
much ship queue.
five, five smart guns, uh, 15 shotguns and
Uh,
incinerators.
my
Jesus.
God.
They got a lot. They won't notice if one is missing.
Yeah. And then Horgus like, that was my favorite gun. And, like, you chose the one specific gun that he had sentimental attachment to. Well, he probably has sentimental attachment to all
Yeah.
of them, but
Can I take some fireball ammunition?
how many?
I want to take
How many? Yes.
Exactly. Add it to my quantity of 1.
Okay, so you're just gonna take one. We'll then change the 8 to 1 or 8 to 7 on the ship sheet, and then just add one
No,
to yours.
it's I'm taking 2 of them, adding
Oh,
it
okay.
to the one I already have.
Okay, then
I have to
change it
find it again.
corresponding. Pardon?
Oh, I just had to find where
Yeah.
the firebomb ammunition
Yeah,
was
you
again.
gotta kind of sort through all the other guns to
Yeah.
make sure you don't trip on any of the guns because you might cause like a gun avalanche.
You got a lot of nap relief. How am I doing on that?
Oh, speaking of which, anybody who has any stress, you can remove it.
I,
Nice.
for some reason, have 2 nap relief and they are separate. I don't know why, but I'll live with it.
Oh yeah, I noticed on the ship we don't have a good number of napper leaves.
Well, we
Oh yeah,
discussed that, and
Yes, good.
basically, you can you can carry a maximum of 3.
of
Like that's
course.
kind of what's capped at. Like you have a sufficient stock on your ship, but you're limited by how much you can carry. Even though yes, it doesn't have any weight.
Oh, so it's for napper leaves as well as the
Yeah,
warlords.
it's
Okay.
basically like rationed, kind of like in
Understood.
equal portions, prevent it from like running out. So sort of. Okay. Um. So, summer
Claymore
is
mine. We have 19 of those.
yes.
That's a little much. You wouldn't you wouldn't notice it. You wouldn't know. I have to look up I have to look up the item and add it to my sheet. He won't notice if like goo is gone or something. Mm.
uh,
Oh god, where is it? No, I have to go back and look. Ah, so many. Claymore, yeah. What I was looking for.
okay. Well, while you're doing
Let's
that,
take 3.
Agnes, what are you up to?
Well, Agnes is getting to know all of the new crew in a superficial manner, greeting them and everything. He wants to be on everybody's good side for now, since he knows from what situation he just came from. But even though he is chitter chatting to people, he is a bit. His mind is a bit wandering and worried that the situation has evolved like this. That they were that they got in such trouble and that everything seems to be going to hell between the warring nations, and he's just worried not to end up in jail again. So he's kind of distracted by that and a bit gloomy because of it.
Fair enough. And then last but not least, Martin, what's going on with you?
Actually, not really sure. I recovered from my from a critical, namely,
Yeah. Speaking of
a
which, if anybody has any crits, you can remove them.
um. So actually, he's mostly resting, recovering from that
Do you
because
want to?
it was a heavy head ringer. So.
Fair enough.
And meanwhile, he is also studying as to how this new frontier war is developing. And maybe there's some money to be made there.
Yeah, because I mean, there was already some money to be made with the fact that so after the first Frontier War, which happened a year ago, there was that started a conflict called the Colony Wars, and basically you as a mercenary outfit have been kind of taking advantage of all the problems that have been arising with different colonies. Um, so if anything, this might actually be even more beneficial for business. I mean, it's obviously definitely not ideal circumstances, but um, people probably now more than ever are going to need mercenary assistance.
Most likely.
So, and also, I believe it was mentioned somewhere else that the ICSC they declared war on the Americans as well. Um, at least in the background, because basically the timeline in Building Better Worlds, I think it is, mentions that um, the Independent Core Systems colonies actually did declare war on the United Americas. Why, I don't remember, but
Is it because of the events from Into Charybdis?
possibly. I haven't read it, but I'll take you at your word. Let's see. See, there's the timeline. So, um, was the
Basically,
colony of
imagine
It was
powder
Hasanova?
keg stuff.
Yeah,
Was
yeah, that's from Charybdis then.
Okay, so then yes, because it says 2185, the ICSC declares war on the United Americas. So, um, yeah, so basically the United Americas is actually now fighting a two-front war with the ICSC and the UPP. Um, and also, I mean, the Three World Empire has been dealing with NAPRO, but that's a different story. So you guys are chilling, and I'll say that Horgust, like he comes back to the ship, calls for a brief. He says like, everybody make your way to the briefing room. I've got some news. Um, and I mean, assuming everybody does so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what he reports is that he was asking around, and he actually got a job offer, which like a request for help, which um, I will share on screen. We'll do the mission, starting next session. But oh, there it is. So I will just go ahead and share this. Like he's basically eavesdropping around, asking his different contacts, um, and this message, came to him. Pardon?
Still reading it, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So where is Titanium Ridge?
So Titanium Ridge is on the planet Tauran Prime, which is in United America's space, and specifically, it is somewhere around here. Here it is, Tauran Prime, and the cyan circle that I made over here. This is Tauran Prime. So Titanium Ridge is a
Okay.
colony on Tauran Prime. So that's
And
where
where are we now?
you are at Sol. You are at Earth.
Okay, so not too bad, but we need to. Let's see here.
And see how much you play.
Apparently, we need to cross through the Three World Empire territory.
Now, the good news with the Three World Empire is that, well, two things. First of all, you have personally helped the Empire. Um, Earlier in the campaign,
Mm-hmm.
you helped them apprehend a terrorist who looks suspiciously like Nathan Fillion. Um, and the other
We
one,
yeah, we fought for the UPP and they didn't want to hear us either. So, um,
well, no, hold on. Let me finish. Um, that you helped, and actually, I don't recall you helping the UPP specifically. Or, oh, you're talking about your past military service,
by
right?
our military service.
That's why I corrected myself. Um, but in terms of the Empire, so first of all, you personally helped them, and the other thing is that the United Americas, have has positive relations with the Empire, so you're
Mm-hmm.
not like trespassing if you go through Imperial space.
Okay.
So, and I'm being completely transparent about that. Like, you're not going to have any problems with the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, is there anything else you guys want to take care of while you are at Seoul, or
Nope.
okay? So, you guys will, accelerate to light speed. We'll be making your way to Torn Prime, and because that's the start of the next mission. I think that's a good point to stop if you guys agree. I know it is about an hour early,
Okay.
but
Yep.
okay,
No, I'm good.
okay. So, ready your XP sheets or XP sections of your character sheets. Everybody good to go?
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So, um, yeah. Did you participate in the game session? Everybody did, so you get 1 point for that. Um, did you risk or sacrifice? Blah blah blah. Follow your personal agenda.
Wish I did, but we didn't see a whole lot of
Yeah. Yeah, I would
combat.
say no
So
for myself this time.
What is yours, Agnes? Did you remind me?
Basically, no more sidelining it, taking risks, trying to be upfront when we are going into dangerous
Ah, okay.
situations.
Right.
In the UPP ship, it wasn't anything that dangerous. I tried to go in some
Fair enough.
rooms first, but nothing really.
Well, but yours is to still try to put yourself on the line for it, right?
Yeah.
You didn't technically know there wasn't anybody still alive, so for all you know, you were heading into a dangerous situation. So I would give you that. Like, and that goes for Martin as well. If
Okay.
yours is a similar nature, like, even though there wasn't any danger, if you were still expecting danger and acting accordingly in a way that aligns, like that follows your personal agenda, then I would give you that point.
okay.
So, did you risk your life for your buddy? In this case, because there wasn't actually any danger, I would say no. Did you challenge or stand up to your rival? If everybody has one.
Not this time.
I did.
You sweet liar.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I gotta see this. Um, they'll give me such satisfaction actually. Oh, I don't.
What?
The
What are
fact
you
that you
laughing
didn't
at?
even use his name.
I just wrote dumbass sniper.
Good, that's great.
I'm gonna give you a story point for that one, Marty. That specifically.
Well, I read it now.
It's like when I gave Blitz that story point for putting Simon Buddy and his rival on Thursday.
So my rival is dumbest sniper. Stay the fuck back. Like I put that in there. Like
Yep, I was reading it. Um,
I love it, man.
so yes, you challenged up to the dumbass sniper. Did you make a panic roll? Nobody did.
Nope.
Yeah, in this case, and I was sort of shooting for, at least in terms of like combat and stress and stuff, a lower intensity session compared to what we're doing for like the past months. Um, did you overcome a dangerous event? Because it could have been, I'll give you that. Um, did you make a significant discovery or revelation? Everybody did
yep.
at one point or another.
We
Did you
put
perform?
another war, man.
Yep. Frontier War 2. So,
Electric Boogaloo.
yep. So, did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? Well, starting
Yeah.
a
We
war, but
started a war.
yeah, yeah, I'll give you that. And did you earn any money? Yes, you all got paid $10 million. So
Woo!
yeah, if anybody has more than uh like any answered excess of 5 as a yes, then you obviously get extra
Mhm.
points, but everybody gets a base 5. I'll also say if you want to spend XP now,
Yeah, please.
before you go into the shit again, then I'm completely fine with that.
Good. I think remember somebody has quick draw in our group,
I mean,
right?
who doesn't, honestly?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be learning it from somebody.
Choose
Going
one.
around, going around
Summer,
asking, "Hey, can somebody please help me
yeah, Summer has
to
quick
get
draw.
this gun out of my pants?"
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll
Um,
I'll, I'll be asking.
does
All
anybody have
right.
survival?
The survival skill,
No.
to no, I thought Tobias did, but he doesn't. Let's see, Drill Sergeant Horgus doesn't. Let me check the NPCs because I don't think anybody actually has survival that I can think of.
Okay.
It's kind of broken in the game since it literally I cannot remember what it would be used for.
It's just, like it's specifically for like um if you're in like a very extreme environment of some kind, or um like basically dealing with adverse weather conditions and you need to find shelter, that kind of shit. That's mainly what it's for in this. It's definitely more useful in Twilight 2000, but in this not
Yeah.
so much. Let's
Oh,
see anyway. So
Marty, could you
Hmm.
teach me a weapon specialist, please?
Of course.
Thank
And
you.
what weapon specialist do you want? Smart gun?
well, technically the
SMG.
talent is, oh, well, never mind. I didn't realize you were going for that
You read
specifically.
my mind.
Yeah.
I might as well bump it up because I'll be using the smart gun to actually use my talents to their full extent.
Hey, that's where Martin goes. Hey, Emily, or hey, Evelyn, you're
Your
just too
mistake.
bad.
Oh, never mind.
You're just too bad.
And then she
I mean,
just
it's
slaps you in
it's
the
really
face.
obvious that Vasquez
Yeah,
and Drake are buddies.
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
Um, in answer to your question, Marty, Igor actually had the sniper who isn't drunk on stupid juice. He actually has survival.
Okay,
He has 1 point of it, so he can
Just
teach you.
drunk on stupid
but
juice.
if we're not using, if I can't even remember a single time that you made a survival roll.
My
That
point
has
is,
made a survival.
it's a very niche skill. It may come
Got it.
up in the future, but um, you guys
Okay.
aren't really in a lot of situations where it's necessary. But I mean, I'm just saying if you want to learn it, if anybody wants to learn survival, Igor has at least 1 point. Like he has 1 point, and I don't
Okay.
think anybody else does.
I can maybe ask the question. Rapid fire. It's kind of vague how things are worded there because it says for pistols and rifles. Would you count a smart gun as a rifle?
No,
Maybe Mark. Yeah. Okay.
no, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there was a game I was in with a player. I don't know if how many of my videos you've seen, but if you've seen the Crucible, um, I mean, there was a player
Oh,
who he had reckless, he had max agility, he had a smart gun with the same dice pool as Marty, and he had rapid fire, and he fucking one shot the alien queen with 6 rolls in 1 round.
yeah. I get that. So yeah, and any gun in heavy weapons category will not have that. Understood.
Yeah, I mean heavy weapons will apply for the heavy weapons like talent, but not for rapid fire. Rapid fire is exclusively like in the pistols and rifles category.
Understood.
So, but I mean, I'm perfectly okay with you asking about it. But I'm like, yeah, as after the Crucible, and I even warned Emily for her game. I'm like, if you do allow people to do like cross, career talents, you cannot allow that because that is going to get out of hand in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like that specific talent.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to spend XP? Summer or anybody?
Can I spend XP to learn Second Wind from August?
Yeah.
Well,
He puts you through a mini boot camp and pushes you to your limit. And just like slaps you. What's that? What's that? what side was that? Like, what side was that, Private Pile? Um, and it's like, that'll serve you right for taking my guns. So,
It wasn't guns.
It
It was
like bars.
explosives.
technically that's true, but he's like a fucking dragon guarding his hoard of gold.
It's gonna be useful in my hands, okay?
Until he buys 1,200 security cameras, we're gonna be.
It's gonna be like
we're gonna be.
total drama where there's a camera in the bathroom.
Mhm.
Make sure people aren't hiding guns in there. Um. Anyway, no, it was kind of a lower intensity sort of session, but I hope that was fun.
It was nice. It was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it was a nice change of pace from,
Yeah.
balls to the wall action of the previous session.
Yeah. Yeah, given how it started and ended, totally. So, any other questions, comments, concerns?
Um,
Not really on my end. Loved it. Did not expect the implication of starting another frontier war, but
I mean,
makes complete
Horgus,
sense.
he specified that, like, a lot of the shit he was doing was he wanted to create a plot hook, and I specifically said to him, be careful what you wish for.
It makes him. I honestly like how things were set up here, so I think it's very fun, and can't wait to see how that turns out. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Cool. So yeah, next Steel Talons session that we have will be September 1st for anyone who can make it. Next week we're doing Interstellar Marines, and then after that is off. But the 1st and the 8th are
Yep.
Steel Talons. So
right.
Understood. Then
cool.
I'm gonna get going. Thanks
All
for
right.
the game, guys.
You are very
See you
welcome.
next time.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in respective
Yep.
games.